Warning. You're now entering a stream that isn't suitable for everyone. Be warned that this channel will have swearing, singing, sexual innuendos and lots of jokes that could easily offend. It is advised that you must be a little bit weird yourself to enjoy this channel, as those that thrive and enjoy the stream are weird in their own little ways. The chat is called El Chatty and is a wonderful community. It really is. However, again, it might not be for everyone. We want to hear everyone's opinion, no matter what it is. We encourage debate as long as it's done respectfully. If you're easily offended or don't like differing views, then again, this channel is not for you. By entering this stream you do so at your own risk. If you want to try it out, that's absolutely fine, but if you don't like it, no need to announce your departure, you can just leave quietly, as this isn't an airport.
Good morning. How are we today? Here we are walking again for a little bit this morning. What we got in here? Rhonda, good morning. Oh, you're on your treadmill. Happy days. What else is here? Jersey Jen. Hello, my darling. Sarah P. Well, now we'll address Sarah P in a minute. She turned up today to work, people. How are you doing, Sarah P? Dave, how are you? Blue collar Dave. How are you, sir? Hope you're well. Oh, people are building around me. So yeah, how are we all this fine afternoon, morning, whatever it is with you? Hope you're all doing well. I didn't think I was going to be out walking today, but I am. Morning, Di. How you doing, David? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. How you doing, Dana? Is this the female version of Dana or the male version? How are you, sir? Also, we'll cover it in a little bit now. But yeah, so Sarah P's back today. She's been lazy yesterday. She wasn't here yesterday. The stream yesterday was well behaved. You see, so without Sarah P there, the stream and the chat behave yourselves, so it's good. Looking a bit colder. Do you know what? It's not, no wind whatsoever. I've only got my hood on because I just fancy to put it on. But no, it's not cold at all here. It's absolutely gorgeous, to be quite honest with you. David? Hello. How are you, hippie chick? No, it's not even raining. It's not even raining. You know, so it's good. No rain today. There's nothing. There was, but there's not anymore. So, first time for everything. You see, the more you're not here, Sarah P, the better behaved everyone is. You get everyone riled up, you see. Sarah P, when you're here, everyone gets riled up. So, everyone behaves when you're not here. So yeah, it was bad weather, but it's nice now. It's obviously a bit cloudy, but it's not windy or anything. So I just got my hood up for the sake of it. And also, you know, it's not warm enough to not have a hoodie on. So the fuck's that noise? Anyway, I want to say what's Dana's here. I did not know this. I watched a little bit of Mizzy's stream last night. For some reason, I had a lot of I think she had a lot of interference. Good morning, Terry. How are you, my darling? Then Tracy came on and he was working fine again. So I presume that was you, Dana. But yeah, it was announced last night that I'm not sure fully the wording of it, but Resistance Silence will be working with Mizzy in support for justice for Sandra Birchmore. So for all stream coverage, as in, you know, out and about and stuff like that, boots on the ground, Resistance Silence will be hosting that Sandra Birchmore standout and streaming it, I believe. So that's good news. It's good to see co-working between channels. And also it's good to see Resistant to be there for Sandra Birchmore. So good luck to you, Dana and Tracy, and everyone that is involved. I'm glad to see you growing, and I'm glad to see that you still, obviously not still, but you know what I mean, supporting justice, especially for people like Sandra Birchmore and others. So yeah, for all Sandra Birchmore standouts, you can find all those moving forward with Resistant to Silence. So happy days. It's good to know that that will be covered, and if anyone ever wants any, obviously coverage or when the standouts are on, Resistant to be there. So yeah, I only found out last night. So well done, Dana. I'm very happy for you, Tracy, and the team. So there you go. So yeah, that's the first bit of news. Second bit of news: I do not believe there were any stabbings last night in Indiana. I do not believe so. I think last night was the first time in a long time there's no stabbings in Indianapolis. So hopefully that continues for many days to come. But on a serious note, like Mark Sanchez, who was obviously stabbed, but he was the aggressor. But we'll try and play a couple of videos once we go back into the house and chill. Do you know what I mean? So, oh, shut up. Was there hippie chick? There was. Well, my intel must have been bad this morning then, because I never got that update. Hippie chick. You know, considering you guys are nosy bitches, I thought I would have known. Ah, damn. Not anyone famous, that's fine. But every day, I know I didn't realize how much knife crime there was in Indianapolis. It's like the UK, you know. Fucking hell. But hello, Smurfette. How are you? Nice to see you. Hope you are doing well as well. So, and from yesterday, if you're watching, confirmation, we are going with nosy as in Nosy. Even though I spell it as Nosey, I was thinking about last night. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go with Nosy, nosy bitch, because my thinking behind it was, so for those that don't know, we've got merch coming out saying I'm a nosy bitch, and also I've added something to a hippie chick, especially for you, which I'll have to show you later. And I was like, you know, in a year's time, when these hoodies are there, and people be like, "Wow, why do you spell it as nosy, Nosy?" I'd be like, "Well, you should have been there a year ago when we had a walk and talk, and we were discussing it, and I fucked up." But you know, no worries, Rhonda. See you in a bit. There you go, nosy. Thank you, Rhonda. Yes, you'll see it. You'll see it. You'll see it. I'll have to show it to you later. I'll have to show it to you later. When I get back in, I'll do it. I have to walk today because I didn't go to the gym today. I got up at 9:40 and the gym's at 10, so there's no way I was going to make it. So that's why I've started with a walk this morning. And I'll say it's a nice day. So, well, it's a nice walking day. It's a nice walking day. I wouldn't say it's a nice day, obviously, but it's a nice walking day. Smurfest says hi, lovely Sarah P. Nothing lovely about her, but you know. But yeah. So yeah, I'll show a few things. Also, I got a video to play us. So after I stop walking, what I'm going to do is I'll play you a video reminding me of Sarah P. This video. So I thought I'd play this video for you once I get in. And once we play that, I'll jump in and have a shower. So some of you I know will want me to take you with me, but I won't. I'll spare you. Morning, Robin G. I will spare you all. Don't worry about that. Simmers Junior, Claudia's soup. There you go. That's a nice say. Claudia's soup. Not heard that scene for a while. So yeah, it is, as I say, it is a nice day though. So yeah, I'll have a video once I go and have a quick shower. Pics didn't happen. Have you got a magnifying glass, Sasmas? Otherwise, you ain't gonna see much. You'll see a big belly. That's about it, you know. But I'm enjoying this. This is, you know what? Doing these walks in the mornings now, it's good because being able to exercise whilst I stream is a good concept, you know. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy. Hey, Bad Dazza, you know you really want to. I was just telling Sarah P. Bad Dazza how well the chat was behaved yesterday without her. The chat seemed to be well behaved without Sarah P. So I think that's a sign about her. Even you were well behaved yesterday, Bad Dazza. You know. Now Sarah P's back, and watch out, the chat will be mental later on now. But yeah. What else is there? I did have something else, I forget what it was now. Oh, I don't remember what it was. Hello, I have to stop. Jim? Is that Jim? 1974. Love that you are out walking. Movement is medicine. It is. It's good. You know, obviously there's a backstory to it, but I struggle with it. I used to, as I always say, I used to walk like 5 miles a day, but I had to stop. But yeah, we're trying to get back into it. Trying to. Hello, Jackson's Nickel. Hang on. Wait to catch up. Oh, wait. No worries at all. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's nice to see everybody. Good morning to you, Jim. I don't know where you... Is it Gim or Jim? If it's Jim, say J-I-M. Otherwise, I'm going to call you Gim. Where you from, Gim? My computer crashed as soon as you came on, Dylan. Hey, Jizzy J, I did say good morning to you. How are you? Your computer probably crashed because Sarah P's here. She's been lazy lately. I'm joking. I'm teasing Sarah P. Sarah P, you weren't here yesterday, so I did not get to abuse you. So it's double the abuse today. Hello to you, Mary. How are you? How are you? Oh, Gim. It is Gim from Massachusetts. Happy days. Nice to see you. I will be 2 weeks today, people. I will be in Massachusetts. Well, not exactly right now, but I will be on a plane to Massachusetts right now. You know, I'll be, what was it? Let me work it out. I'll probably be 2 hours into the flight. Probably. So, yeah. How are we? Mary Bagwell, Gim, Robbie G, good morning, Dave T. I like hearing all your updates while you walk. Yeah, I just need to be better. I was talking to Mexi about this yesterday. So my plan was to always go with topics the chat put in for the first half an hour, but chat don't tend to put any topics in, so I need to think of some topics as well. That was a total botched comment. What was that, Robin G? What is that, Robin G? I mean, it can't be as botched as Hippie Chick telling everyone that she likes Aiden and being on top yesterday. You know, if you were there, you were there. I can't show it. I didn't take a screenshot. But if you were around yesterday, Hippie Chick told us all about her desires yesterday. Right. No worries, Robbie G. You started packing. Hippie Chick, I haven't. Do you know what? I am bad. Hello, Katie. How are you? How was supper last night? Jizzy Jones is gorgeous. For those that don't know, I had cowl. Have I got any cowl left? Here we are. Right. Hang on. This is my cowl. Still got a ton left. And once that's done, I got this. So I got a ton of it for the next couple of days. So yes. So my problem is this. My whole comment was typos. Oh, I didn't even notice it. I get stuck on Hippie Chick with anal. So my problem is, hippie chick, I've planned too well, because I've sent stuff to Canton, to Dennis, clothes wise and stuff like that already. But now I want to buy some of the new merch. But then that means I got like 20 hoodies, which I can't obviously do. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit more diligent. I have actually sent a lot of stuff over to Canton. So so yeah, and I still got lots of stuff to take with me, which I do need to pack because I need to weigh my case and stuff, you know. So I still need to do all that. The only bit I'm not looking forward to is traveling out there. It's a 3-day travel for me, Sunday till Tuesday. But one someday I'll be happy, you know. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But you are, hippie chick, flying to, is it Providence? Or is it Providence? What do they call it? I'm going into Logan. But the benefit of me going from Dublin in Ireland is I get to go through not customs, pre-check in Ireland. So I do everything in Ireland, and then when I get to Boston, I just literally walk out and walk through and just go get my cases, and that's it. Don't have to go through security checks or anything. So that's good. Providence, there you go. I did say it right. But the pain in the ass is having to get to Dublin. But I don't know about you guys, but when I land somewhere, I hate the waiting. I hate having to queue for like an hour or 2 hours to go through customs, security, and all that. So I've added more time to my travel this way, so I can just land and get out. Some people might think that's dumb, and I think sometimes it's dumb. Oh yes. Hiya Trisha, how are you, my darling? Your years must be burning. I was speaking about you this morning, about how lovely you are. I can't wait to see you. I said to Tim, I was like, the one thing I need to do more this time is I need to see Trisha. I did see you last time, but I didn't spend enough time with you. So I do need to spend more time with you, Trish. Hope you're doing well, my darling. Also, I need to talk to you about the juicing, because I'm big into juicing now. Like, I juice every week. A lot of work, but I noticed with you, you do a lot more vegetables than I do. You know, so I can't wait to have happy days. I can't wait either. I can't wait. I was saying the other day, I was saying on stream the other day, I was like, you know, not looking forward to it until like recently. Now I'm just like, I'm really looking forward to it now. Definitely looking forward to it now, to see people, keep away from everything. Yeah, hippie chicks there, 23rd to 27th. I'm not sure if you go to Blondie's, Trish. Oh shit, hippie chick, you're not. Oh, you're not there for Blondie's, are you? Shit, that sucks. But yeah, I posted on Facebook some of the dates that we're doing stuff, but then we'll be doing other stuff as well. But yeah, no way. Oh, hippie chick? No, Rhonda. No way. Jose. What's going on now, Rhonda? I thought you disappeared, Rhonda. But you are a nosy bitch. So, you know, I knew you'd still be here. Tons of work. I juice for Jen Root. We are fighting breast cancer. Fuck breast cancer. Fuck you, cancer. Fuck off, cancer. Cancer. Fuck you. Happy days. Jen Root's another lovely woman. Obviously, we haven't covered and done enough about Justin Root on this channel. And when I told you all yesterday about what means the world to me about the boots, and people are out there, you know, bitching out online. They still do standouts for Sandra Birchmore, Justin Root, Justice for John. You know, so yeah, absolutely. These are marvelous people that support each other. root cause. Root cause. I love that. You are into the health stuff, so I need to. I juice for me, which I'll talk to you about again. So, everybody knows my ailments, but I think hopefully juicing will help me. Also, I juice for my mother as well because she has thyroid issues and high blood pressure and all that. I hear Chippy Chick was on. Dread Roots is my favourite human. It's admirable to see her fight. So, her brother just done, absolutely. So, I have a video that I play as my intro. I haven't played it this week, but I included, purposefully, included Jen when we did the duck boats, Trish, and she was there. What a woman. She's there outside on her own. Well, not on her own, there's other people there, but basically on her own with a big sign for Justin for her brother. So, yeah, it's, yeah. And she's fighting cancer. And she's, yeah. This is what I said to you all yesterday. Fuck the drama, fuck everything. There's people out there that are just God sent. And Trisha's one. You know, you got Jen Root, you got all these people. There's a lot of you in this chat. By the way, who are here for the right reasons, in the sense of you're battling stuff, but you're still out there for justice. So, and that's what I can't wait for. That's why I don't get involved with everything else. So, yeah, I love it. But yeah, I do need to watch for myself as well. But anyway, you all heard my rants more than once now. You all know what I love and what I do. And it might not be for everybody, but justice is more important than anything else for me anyway. So none of the bullshit, Matt, you're right. And do you know what, Trish, I was saying to people, it was part of the reason I didn't want to come out, the bullshit. And then I was like, the bullshit, I'm not surrounded with the bullshit. And if I am, I walk away from it because the people I care about, you know, everyone knows who they are. So, you know, and that's why I can't wait to be out there to share good times with good people. It takes a special person to stand out for such an important cause. Thank you for everything you do. And also, just it's great what the Boots did. And we went through this yesterday about this. They haven't forgotten what we're here for. Justice for Officer John O'Keefe, Just en Route, Sandra Birchmore. They haven't forgotten about it. They're out there, you know, twice a week, fight for Canton. You know, and shit, hang on. But like I was just going to say, but other people are out there doing it as well that we're not even aware of. Mirbago says, "Oh no, I didn't know Jen Ruth was fighting breast cancer. She's the sweetest person." All these, do you know what? The people you never hear about, who are never in the bullshit, like Jen Ruth, like Trisha, like all these great people, you don't hear them in the bullshit. They're just out there doing the right thing, supporting each other. And that's what it's all about. That's what I love. I sometimes lose sight of that. That's why I'm saying we can't lose sight of that. Let's go out and touch grass sometimes. Trish said this 30 by 30 feet courtyard walk reminds me of solitary confinement in jail. We won't ask about your time in jail. I'm joking. So the reason I do this, explaining it, is what did we say yesterday? Long story short. So I used to walk 5 miles a day. And I can't no longer do that and stream because I fall asleep. I have issues with my testosterone level. And I just use this now as an opportunity for me to go out walking for an hour to talk to people. Whilst I hold myself accountable and try and walk. I understand there's a lot of people making fun, and no one here is making fun, but I mean, there will be a lot of people making fun of the fact I'm in my backyard doing this. But it's slowly, walking, because at the minute, I can't lose weight. I'm on steroids for my nose and stuff, which means I just can't lose weight. So I have to exercise just to maintain my weight. Obviously, once it's all cured, hopefully then it'll all drop off. But it just takes time. And I need to look up the local areas to see where I can walk where there's no dead spots. Because if I show you guys now, Boston Brandy, hello. How are you, my darling? Thank you, Trish. You're always a motivator. You know that, though. Right, let me show you. If I go up this way, up the hill there, it's all a dead spot. So the road up there, I can't go. Up the top, right up the top, up there, it's dead spots. So I have to be careful where I go. You know, I have to be really. If I go up there, it all falls apart. So at the minute, I can't walk because I got what do you call it, signal. So this is my backyard, my shed, my house. That house, not a good house. And then people liked my tiles yesterday. You all liked my tiles yesterday. Yeah. And then we're going back. Dennis, my rhubarb patch. That used to be greenery. My rhubarb patch was mostly dead now. And my backyard. You can't see them, but the sheep are up there. See them though. They're all up there. So, right, let me catch up. Boston Brandy in the house for you. Thank you, Trish. I walk in circles around my lunch break because it's not a safe area, but I'm walking. Yeah, you know what? I stopped walking, so I'm trying to get back into it. Sweeney, keep you out of trouble. Right, Lauren Sacco's in the house. How are you, Lauren? Hang on, what's the brownie wants to roll down the hill? I'm sure Ross does not want you to roll down that hill. It's a very steep hill. It might not look steep, but it is very steep. Very, very steep. Also, the house I showed you with the scaffolding. Hang on, let me go walk in the field. Let me walk in the field for a second. So, the house that I showed you next to me that has a scaffolding up. So that's where the paedophile lives. So those that don't know, I have a neighbour who's a paedophile. He got arrested for having photos and videos of underage children and bestiality. He got given 10 months prison, suspended. So he came home. We weren't aware of this. We weren't aware of any of it until he got rearrested. Because he came back out, got a sweetheart deal of just probation, came back out, fucking went back looking at pics of children's again. So he went to prison. I've not spoken to him since. We're trying to get rid of him, but allegedly we're not allowed to get rid of him, which is a piece of shit. So my nieces can't ever play outside or anything now. So when my nieces visit, they can't play outside because just in case. So it's hell. We got this beautiful. Let me show you again. We got this beautiful green space. The sheep are up there, if you can see them, and my nieces can never be out here because of him. So it sucks. Sack was in the house. Right, hang on, there's a chat. Have I lost the chat? Hey, PJ, I don't know what's Lauren. Thank you, David. Beautiful view. Thank you, everyone. I can't open your links at the minute, Lauren. but I will. I don't know what they are, but or if I'll need to open them, Sacco. I'm on my phone, so I can't open them and display them. Wait, I was going to wake up some neighbours. How long does he live there? So he has. Do you have to mow that though? The sheep eat it. Nothing gets mowed. The sheep eat it, so it doesn't get cut or anything. So he's lived there. He was married. His wife is disabled, and I don't remember. So who used to live there was a preacher and his wife, lovely people, and she was like my grandmother. I used to call her Granny, and I used to call him Mr. Jones because I had so much respect for him. I couldn't, say anything else. Hey Trish, thank you very much for becoming a YouTube member. Thank you, my darling. I can't do any of the stuff because I'm on my phone, but thank you so much, Trish, for becoming a member. I appreciate you, my darling. So yeah, he used to try and have me to call him Gramps, but I wouldn't do it. I had so much respect for him. I was like, no. You are the preacher. You are Mr. Jones. So they moved out probably when I was about 15, 16. And then they moved in. So now I'm 43. So however long. His wife died in 2012, 13, I think. And that's when he started doing all this, basically. So Boston Brandy, thank you for becoming a YouTube member as well. Thank you, Boston Brandy. Thank you, lovely people. As I say, I do apologise because I can't put anything on stage because so basically I've got my laptop on, that's on, and then basically I can't, what do you call it? That's ready, and then I've got this phone on here now. Oh, can you see this? Hang on. Can you see them working there? Hang on. I'll walk you. I'm not sure if you can see. They don't know it's a pedo house. They don't know. I've not spoken to him, but they're redoing his roof and everything. Anyway, I won't disturb them. But anyway, that's a long story. Dennis is a member. You are a member, Dennis. I was before. I didn't realise that I never hit renew. Don't worry about it. Don't be sorry. Do you have any pig farms in Wales? Yes, Badaza. Of course, Badaza, we do. I got one just on the road, actually. So, Trish, you never, ever, please, Trish, never, ever feel like you need to put that money. That money can go towards a lot more things, better things than me. 100%. I appreciate you, though. I do. But 100%. Never, ever buy a membership here. Always put it on something else. Take you to the pig farm, yes. So also pigs can obviously eat humans, can't they? So I'll try and, so where I walk used to be old railway, and there used to be like loads of pigs there and stuff. So yeah, you could definitely chuck him down there. So and they probably eat him. So you have to dance for us now once a month to Brandy for you, my anytime. Brandy, oh, no for you. I was pole dancing. For Brandy, and everything came out. Everything came off. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did there. Hang on, let me get this down here. Right, let's look at what Lauren Sacco's been doing. So here you go. Now I can do it. Trisha, Brandy, thank you, ladies. Dave, great stuff, pal. Thank you, Dave, for your support as always, my friend. Pull the teeth and scalp them. Just saying. Wait, he didn't. I don't know what I did, but it went off. I don't know why it went off. Hang on. Let me see what Sako's been sending, because I don't know what she's been sending. Hang on. Live chat. I can't see Sako now. Sako, I can't see what you sent. So if you send it again, I can put it up, but I don't know what you sent. Looks like you fell off the cliff. No, Dennis, I'm here. I just went off on one. And anyone who says differently...
Hey, man, just want to let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. You gotta shut the fuck up. And this current time is just one of those times you gotta shut the fuck up. I don't think you're a bad person. I just don't want to hear you talking anymore. You gotta shut the fuck up.
That's what it was. I now get it. So on my phone, it comes out as like links. So that's what it was. I thought you were sending me links. That makes sense now. What it was. That makes absolute sense. What it was. Sorry, my bad. Also, for those that just come in, I have done a couple of new videos. Lots of people were saying the Great Tits video was too long, so I cut it down.
Great tits. Great tits. Great tits.
So that one is all the way down. So we can do that one. And also I shortened this one for Mexico.
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation calls for speculation. Unintelligible. I don't understand.
I still got the other ones.
Nosy.
Bitch.
Nosy.
Bitch.
And when Bex comes in, you know what happens when Bex comes in?
Fuck off.
There you go. So they're all updated for you. They are. Right. So let me show you the new, before I forget, for Hippie Chick, because Hippie Chick will be leaving in a second. Thank you, Trish. See you later, my darling. Thank you for popping in. Pop in anytime, Trish. We love to see you, my darling. Love seeing you. Come back later, whatever. Just pop in anytime. I love seeing you, Trish. Everyone does. That was Johnny Depp. Yeah, Depp. Johnny Depp. Right, let me show you people. I need to show you off Canva, I think, because I don't think it'll show otherwise. It won't show us properly, and I'll show you the other version then. So this is the new logo. You too as well, Trish, and I can't wait to give you a big hug. But hopefully I see you back in chat before then. Or, you know, message whenever. I love hearing from you, Trish. You're good people, Trish. So here you go. So Hippie Chick, what I did... You probably can't see it here properly. Maybe if I go into... hang on. Maybe if I go into here... my products, maybe you can see it better in the product section. No, not that way. I can't. Oh, I guess I can. Open new tab. Fine. But I need to change the color of it. I'll do this one. Right. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. For you, Hippie Chick. You'll see it here now. So you'll see how it actually looks. So there you go. So when you got the shirt, you'll see it there. And if I do it in here, if I do it here, share screen. That's the one, Nosy Bitch. So it's hidden, and you know, so for those that, like, most of you probably know that this chat is basically based of nosy bitches. And if you come in here and say you're not a nosy bitch, if you say that to me, then
Hey man, just want to let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. And this current time is just one of those times you gotta shut the fuck up. I don't think you're a bad person. I just don't want to hear you talking anymore. You gotta shut the fuck up.
main nosy person is here, Erin Hack. You get the fuck out. You are the main nosy bitch, number one nosy bitch. So that's what it is. Dennis Sweeney, would you wear this, Dennis Sweeney? Would Dennis wear this? I could never ever give this to Brenda, but Dennis, he could because he's a nosy bitch. Would you wear that, Dennis? Prefer observer. We're all observing. I ain't observing anything. Yes, the Chiefs. Whoa, unbelievable. Yes. So I've not watched the Patriots game yet. I need to watch the Patriots game. I've not watched that yet. So that is on my list of stuff to do as well. Yes. Vikings done well as well. Absolutely. Right. Have you all seen this now? I can take it down. She's a nosy bitch with an arrow. That's a funny one. I could probably wear both arrows both ways. I'm pointing forward. I'm pointing back. That's a funny one though. I'm a nosy bitch. I'm a nosy bitch as well. So yeah, we are all nosy. I just wonder if Dennis would wear one of those because he can wear on his porch. Then I'm a nosy bitch. But I feel bad though. Like I could never. I would like. Yeah, when it comes to people like Brendan, Ashton, I could never. When you leave for your trip, I will need to track your flight. Yes, I leave for my trip on the I'll explain now. I'll explain spelling. So you weren't here yesterday, and you wouldn't wear it. Yeah, I didn't think you would. You see, that's one thing I don't think you would wear it. That's why I'm going to wear it right next to you with a sign going, "I'm next to nosy bitch." So yeah, so we've stuck with nosy rather than nosey. We just stuck now with nosy. If you want to understand why, you have to watch yesterday's stream, but it's a nightmare. So I leave on the Sunday, the 19th, is it? Yeah, that's just a color. There's other colors. That was just an example of a color. Hang on. There is. That's a sweatshirt. We got hoodies. That. The hoodies. In that color. We got all sorts of colors. We'll sort it out. It's loads. So I leave on the 19th. I got 6-hour drive. Is it 19th? Yes, Sunday the 19th. 6-hour drive. On the 20th, I got a ferry ride over to Ireland. On the 21st, I fly. Yes. When you're traveling, you have to update me along the way. So my flight, I think, is 12:40. I don't remember the flight name now, but it's at 12:40. I will set up an Operation Emergency Fund. Bond money with the mods. That's fine. Any bond money needed, just send it to Dennis Sweeney. His Venmo is coming up on chat here now. Hang on, it's on the ticker. So Dennis Sweeney's taking all the Venmos because a couple of you asked for it. So Occasional Man Boost Flash, signed Josie Hacks, RP and Mexi. And then if you would like to, my next hoodie is the black alternate. Do you want that one? I'll get you one. I'll get you one. I'll give you that. Does Brenda want one? I can get you that. So here we go. Venmo at Dennis J Sweeney. That's Venmo at Dennis J Sweeney. So there you go. For those that asked for the Venmo, that's the Venmo. So yes, for that one. Right. I need to sort that out then. What I'm going to do is I will sort the store out. I will leave the store open for a month, and that's it then. So anyway, right, what I want to do is I'm going to get a shower. So what I'm going to do, Bond Money fundraiser, yes, that's a good idea. What I want to do is I'm going to get a shower because I've just been walking. So what I'm going to do is play you this and then come back. Hang on, before I play this, is this live? Let me just check something here. I was just checking to see if Kelsey Fitzsimmons was live. It doesn't look like it is live. No, it doesn't look like it's live. Let me just double check. So I have got... Oh, yuck. No, get off live. Right. I will... Where the fuck have we done now? Yeah, but they're not allowing recording on Zoom, unfortunately. So yes, calling on the air. They're not allowing the publication of the Zoom, I believe. So that sucks. But you know, that's understandable. Bullshit. Let me just... Fine. I need to look at Kelsey Fitzsimmons because I don't know anything about that case. I'm just outrageous that her bond was pulled. I'm just outraged that her bond was pulled. So I don't know anything about the case. So I know people are saying justice for Kelsey. I have no idea. I have not looked at anything. They have to keep secrets. This is why it's bullshit, especially Mass. They pulled her. So, you know. So, no, I don't think they're allowed to stream it. Dennis, bastard. But, like, so I've got to do it two ways. If before I get to Boston, well, or if I'm in Boston, if you do want any of the hoodies or anything, then we will, you can Venmo Dennis if you want, and I can ship it to you. They've said they don't want it to be recorded, I believe. So if that's the case, I'm not going to play it. So I do not snipe certain people. Mike Young Jerks is the only person I snipe. He's the only person I will ever snipe is Mike Young Jerks because he's given me, But right, I'm going to play this now. This reminds me of Sarah P. I'll play you this. I cut this out earlier on. And as I do that, I'm going to jump in the shower quickly. But this is an interesting one. This honestly reminds me of... Where's it gone? Sarah P. Oh, this one. This is why. That's why I need to go into video files. Here we go. So yeah, this is literally Sarah. I'll start it from the start, and I will be back literally in 10 minutes. Here you go. Yourself.
On May 27th, 2024, officers were dispatched to handle an incident at a nightclub where a caller reported a serious disturbance caused by a young girl. According to the information received, the girl was trying to get in the nightclub and when denied entry became confrontational and was not heeding any requests to stop, contributing to the commotion inside the venue.
I actually need to go home now.
Okay, well, you need...
I want lawyers here. Okay. Lawyers now! You're not going
Don't
home.
touch
Have
me.
a seat. Then have a seat
I don't
and
care.
act right.
No.
Okay. You can just go right in the cell.
No.
Come on. Stop. Stop.
Okay, just
Make sure there's nothing in her pockets. Thank you.
No one
Nothing
touched
there.
me.
slow. Don't start.
I gotta go
Don't.
home.
You gotta pop your shoes off here.
When officers arrived at the scene, they encountered a highly aggressive female who was at the center of the disturbance. Her behavior was disruptive, and she was using abusive language and offensive words toward anyone nearby. Despite the officers' efforts to approach her calmly, she was uncooperative from the beginning.
Hold on, we got another one. Gotta go, hon. You tried to walk past them. They're not letting you in. Have a nice night.
We're going on the back. Don't touch me.
When the officers began asking questions to investigate what had happened, the girl refused to engage in a meaningful conversation with them and was unwilling to explain her side of the story. Instead of cooperating, she questioned the officers about the reasons behind their investigation. This constant questioning made the situation more difficult for the officers, who were trying to defuse a chaotic situation.
There you go. Put your other arm.
I'll call the cops on you, you idiot.
I am a cop.
Yeah, you
You can let go. I got both.
use the power, you idiot. Got a grip. Really?
Yes.
So you guys have better stuff to do? Don't touch me. Please let go of me. I don't want you touching me.
No.
Honestly, I think you're gross.
Right now, you're my responsibility.
But I think you're gross.
I'm okay with that.
I think you're gross.
Although they attempted to de-escalate the encounter, asking the girl repeatedly to calm down, she refused to do so. Her aggressive behavior continued, and as it became clear that she was not going to cooperate voluntarily, the officers had no choice but to take immediate action. Given the nature of her disruptive and potentially dangerous behavior, they decided to place her under arrest. As soon as the officers attempted to arrest her, the girl's resistance intensified. She physically resisted being detained, kicking the officers, and verbally demanding that they release her.
5-1 has a female once.
All of you are gross. So you guys have better stuff to do?
Stand by.
No? Nothing better to do?
6-5 has a 41.
Nothing better to do? Huh?
I'll be coming to headquarters.
Nothing better to do?
Should be nothing
I'm
back
not
there.
getting in unless I have a warrant.
You have to get in, hon. Stop. 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 Right? You're just gonna get another charge.
I don't care. It's
not working.
Let's spray me. I don't
It's
care.
not working.
I don't care. I'm not getting in.
She was not content to comply with their lawful commands, and her physical aggression further complicated the arrest process. Nevertheless, the officers were able to secure her and place her in a police vehicle for transport to the station. The arrest was carried out with significant difficulty as the girl continued to resist throughout the encounter.
No. You f***ing idiots.
If you get her feet back in on the side,
You f***ing idiots. 3 months, but a girl with a...
stop, dude.
Watch kick. Got her.
The transport from the scene of the arrest to the police station did little to calm the girl down. During the entire journey, she remained verbally abusive and uncooperative. She directed her aggression toward the officers in the form of offensive language, refusing to cease her disruptive behavior even as she was being taken into custody.
Okay, well, they're gonna get off of you when we get to headquarters, okay? So just relax.
But you have better stuff to do, you dumb.
5-1 Belmar.
Do not take me to the police station.
13838. You cannot right now. You're under arrest.
Can I call my friends on these?
Not right now.
Please.
No.
Sir.
I'm just your transport. Well, we're about to be out. It's only like a quarter mile away. Hey, Jen, just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. You can't. You're under arrest. Would you like me to open the window for you? Jen, in through your nose and out of your mouth. You can't right now. You can't right now. You're fine. Just in. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, this is all recorded, just so you know.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get you out in literally 30 seconds.
Shut the fuck up, you dog.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about you, you idiot.
All right. I'm just trying to be pleasant with you. Okay. Yep.
Can I please call my friends?
Not right now.
How am I supposed to then?
You can later,
When's the later?
when you're released.
Female refusal to comply with the officer's directions only added to the tension of the situation. The officers, however, remained professional and proceeded with their duties despite her challenging behavior. Once they arrived at the police station, the situation did not improve. If anything, the girl's behavior worsened upon arrival. Rather than calming down or cooperating, she escalated her aggression further.
We're just going right over here. Just right up this way. Well, unfortunately, I have to.
I don't want you to touch me.
Too bad. Stop, please.
No. Fucking idiot, don't touch me. I don't want to touch you.
Then walk on your own. I just have to get your purse off, okay?
I don't care. It's hooked onto me, idiot. Can I go home?
Nope.
Why don't you take a seat and take a breath? Okay.
I actually need to go home now.
Okay, well,
And
you
I'm
need-
having anxiety. I want the lawyers here.
Okay.
Lawyers now!
You're not going
Don't
home.
touch
Have
me.
a seat. Then have a seat.
I don't
And
care.
act right.
No.
Okay. You can just go right in the cell.
No.
Come on. Stop. Stop.
Okay, just
Make sure there's nothing in her pockets. Thank you.
No one
Nothing
touched
there.
me.
don't start.
I can't go
Don't.
home.
You gotta pop your shoes off here.
What are you doing? I'm not.
What's her name? Stop. You're gonna hurt yourself.
I don't care. I want
on my
to
foot one more time.
It's so stupid that I'm here.
Just keep your shoes off,
No,
please.
I want to go home. I'm not. Can you get my shoes off, you idiot?
Thank you.
I
All
can't.
right, come on, Jen.
Hold on, I gotta get this thing out of my pocket.
Let's go to the cell.
I'm not moving.
Everything good?
Okay. We can help you, but I would much rather you walk on your own.
All right, Jim. We're gonna pick you up. All right.
Stand up, nice and easy. Okay.
No.
I don't want her bracelet to break.
I want these off, and I want to go home.
Okay.
I
Well,
want-
stomping on my foot and kicking your legs around is not going to change that.
I wasn't doing anything wrong, you idiots! I wasn't. That's the thing. Like, I literally wasn't.
Very great.
Stop.
Kick you.
She physically assaulted the officers, kicking them and resisting their attempts to process her into the station. Her outbursts at the station were more intense than those at the nightclub and in the police vehicle. The officers had to take additional measures to subdue her and ensure that she was safely placed inside the jail. Her non-compliance and violent actions required the officers to remain vigilant to ensure the safety.
I'm not doing this. I'm not going.
You know what? Stop.
Take this off of me now.
You got her legs out?
You need to stop. Okay. You want to go home? Then stop. And just listen to what we say.
Go! Let me go home!
Stop kicking.
So you guys have better stuff to do, you idiots!
Well-
Go arrest somebody that's doing something bad! You fucking idiots!
Well, now you got her attention, so you gotta.
No! You fucking idiots! So you have anything better to do, you dumb Ow!
Stop.
Jen, if you walk.
Stop. Okay, you're making it hurt.
Stop! You guys are hurting me!
Yep.
You guys are hurting me! Ow! You fucking sucks!
Jen, let me get those off you.
No,
Let me just get the cuffs on. Stay right there. Stay right there.
I'm gonna actually, you guys have a big lawsuit coming. You fucking dicks.
Okie doke.
Best of luck to you. Best of luck to you. What's your name?
I'm Patrolman Lead.
Lee, what's your name? Okay. Oh, my lawyers will be calling you soon.
Okay, just have a seat. We'll be right back.
Don't fucking do it.
Fucking you.
Don't fucking do it.
Okay, well,
You're
now you
fucking
definitely
disgusting.
catching
You
some
pigs.
charges. Definitely
You
catching.
pigs.
Back up.
Oh, you want to touch me? Oh, you want to touch me? Get the
the cell.
You crazy? Punch me like that? Do you want to punch me? You dead? Hey, broke hair!
Once she was secured in the jail, the officers were able to turn their attention to the necessary follow-up procedures. They completed the required documentation related to her arrest, which included a detailed account of the disturbance at the nightclub, her aggressive actions during the arrest, and the continued resistance she displayed throughout the process. They had recorded her abusive language and physical assaults against them, ensuring that the incident was properly documented for any future legal proceedings.
Cool. And no water's allowed?
We don't have any other water right now.
That's crazy.
I'll look for a cup here in a second, but I have paperwork to do everything else, okay?
Yeah, that's fair.
So as soon as
I'm
you're-
parched and I need water now.
Okay, well, this isn't the Hilton.
Don't care.
Okay.
Didn't ask.
Would you like to keep acting like this and stay till 6 in the morning, or be released when your father gets here?
I didn't ask you to call my dad.
I didn't. I never called your dad. I don't even know how they found out, but I spoke to Mom on the phone. She said your dad's on the way. As long as you're fine, I'll release you to him, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, can I have a cup of water?
If I can find a cup, absolutely.
Cool.
Okay? Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good.
I'm Patrolman Lee. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You're Jenna's dad?
Yes.
Right. It might be a while. She still ain't acting right. So, she still wants to demand water like this is the Hilton. She's still screaming at us, calling us names. So, I mean, I'm not really in the practice of getting disrespected and then just letting somebody go early. So, I know you came down here. I'll give her a shot for another 20 minutes or so. And then if she's fine, we'll get her out to you, okay?
What did she do, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, I can't really tell you. She's an adult. She's 24, but she's got some charges. So there'll be a court date. I'll make sure she has all the paperwork when she leaves. But, yeah, her conduct has not been wonderful. So,
Does she know I'm here?
yeah, no, I let her know.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's been accosting us over water, which I gave her a cup of water before, and she just wants more and more, and tell my dad and this and that, and, okay. Unfortunately,
Can I see her?
no, not right now. Like, we can't let civilians back in there. I apologize.
That's
All right, no, I mean, I get it. She's safe. She's in the cell. She's not, harmed or anything like that. But her actions right now are completely just ridiculous. So, oh, all right, we got. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Just make a right once you go out the door. Right this way. And then just, no, not this one, all the way down. And then just make a right in here. All right, you can toss your sneakers on.
Oh, what? We've been here for like 2 hours. I didn't have any water. Right. It's great. It was a far drink. The water fountain.
Here's all your property.
Where's my phone?
You didn't have your phone with you. Let's see. Charges, there's noise, interference with business, defiant trespass, assault, and resisting. The court date, I'll circle on here for you. It's going to be June 12th at 9 a.m. What's that?
What do y'all get charged with?
As far as what?
You guys actually kept me in there.
Okay.
You give me water.
I got you water.
Yeah, after how long I'm asking? Do you have that on video?
Sure.
Cool. Can I have that tape?
No, you can't. You have to ask for it.
Cool. I'm gonna call.
Okay. But your dad's out in the lobby. I got your charges right here. Just June 12th, 9 a.m. And then I would just also contact the court. Make sure nothing changed with the court date or anything like that, okay?
Are you proud of yourself?
For?
Making a big arrest?
I didn't arrest you.
Oh, just...
Can you just make a right? This way?
No.
Okay. Just right this way. We're just going towards the brown door.
I don't know where I'm going.
Just right towards the brown door.
What's your name?
Patrolman Leave.
First name?
Eric?
Eric Lee.
Yep. Your dad should be right out here to the left.
You just have to be arrested.
Okay, have a nice day. Have a good one, sir.
Later, the female was released to her father with charges included C charges, noise interference with business, defiant trespass, assault, and resisting. She was to appear for court on June 12th at 9 a.m. In court, the evidence presented highlighted her aggressive behavior at the nightclub, her refusal to comply with the officer's instructions, and her physical assault on them both during the arrest and at the station.
So, that is an insight to all of you of how Sarah P acts. So, you know, I've had to deal with it for years. But what a... Oh, is this steaming up? What a bitch, eh? It's like my sweatshirt. Patriot Pat. Love it. Dennis, if you're still there, this is the logo I love. Anyway, here we go. Right, so that was something just whilst I go and get a shower. Hope you enjoyed it. What a bitch. And not a good way. Do you know what I mean? She's not a very nice person, shall we say. Even though I'm sure she's a nosy bitch, she would not fit into this channel. Right. I wanted to show you something. I've not watched this because I wanted to watch it with you. Hey, Maxie. I wanted to watch it with all of you. Sounds freaky, I know, but it's true. Hang on. Let me find it. I should have set it up earlier, but I haven't. So it is what it is. Hang on. Right. I'm going to play you this. No, I can't find it. That's what she said. I can't find it. What? This is from the trial that we... now I can't fucking find it. This bitch. Where's it gone? Hang on, maybe if I go in here, maybe I'll show you this in here. Hang on. This happened yesterday. Many of you probably seen it, but I haven't seen it yet. But it all kicks off. Here we go. Here we go. I got it. So do you remember that Jose Soto Escalera kicks off? He kicked off in court. Let's watch this.
Has had time to confer with Mr. Soto Escalera. Any further evidence from the defense?
Well, Judge, I did have some commentary to make and some argument to make. However,
Right. But outside of argument?
No more. Well, Mr. Soto Escalera wants to speak, Judge. I do believe.
Okay.
My client would like to address.
Okay, he may make a statement either under oath or not under oath at his choosing, allocution or otherwise.
It's allocating.
Okay, you may make a statement, Mr. Soto Escalera.
I sort of know what's coming, but hey, hold on to your tits, everybody. Hold on tight to your tits, because I think this is about to go down.
At this time, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. What I'm bringing to the court is to address is I have a conflict of interest. Mr. Thomas Byrne. So I was asking for your permission, if possible, if I can get him removed from my case because I don't trust him.
Mr. Soto Escalera, trying to think of how to say this in a way that's most understandable. I think there's an expression, we're at the 11th hour. This is probably even beyond that. We're probably at 11:59 here. We're about to close all of the evidence in your case, which would be submitted to me with the jury's recommendation, whether you should receive the death penalty or life in prison. Counsel has already done his job. They've already completed their work on the case. Really, at this point, all that's left for them to do is argue to me. So I don't believe there's really any purpose in that at this time. even if I were to grant your request, there's nothing left for counsel to do at this time other than to make argument to me, which quite frankly could be persuasive, but given the judge's function and where we are, as I mentioned, 11:59 metaphorically, there's really not much purpose in that. So from counsel, since it does affect counsel, does counsel agree with my observation on that particular point? I'm going to inquire Mr. Soto Escalera whether he wants to speak about the decision I have to make and give me input in that regard, because he has the right to do that. But that's separate and apart from what's being said now. Does counsel for the defense agree with my observation as far as, if this is a request to discharge counsel, where
Absolutely, Judge, and
the horse is out of the barn at 11:59 p.m., I suppose would be the metaphorical.
correct. And as I explained to my client, I am not qualified to be on the case by myself because I'm only second chair qualified. So Mr. Wirth has to remain on the case to the duration.
Right, and just for the record, I haven't heard the arguments yet, but there's been a substantial amount of mitigation put before me, both at the trial and additionally here today, that I have to consider and digest. And does not seem to me that there's any reason for me to discharge counsel at this time. More importantly, before you brought that up, Mr. Soto Escalera, you do have the right to make a statement at this time, either under oath or otherwise, that I would consider in making my determination in this sentencing proceeding. You understand you have that right to do that. And I was assuming that you were going to do that. I'm not saying whether you should or not. That's between you and your counsel. But I want to make sure that by me dismissing your conflict of interest issue, you don't take that as me dismissing your ability to make such a statement. Do you wish to make such a statement, or do you wish to talk to your counsel about whether you wish to do that at this time?
The only reason why I brought it up, Your Honor, is because something has surfaced with a witness and it was recorded in audio. This is why I'm requesting that I would have him removed. But if I can't remove him, I would like you to see what I'm speaking about so you can understand what I'm trying to say, if you have the time, Your Honor.
With regard to that, that would be a decision in this very important context for your attorneys to make, whether to submit that issue to me as far as potential mitigation. And as I'm required to do, I would defer to their professional decision in that regard.
I think enough, Judge. I'm going to lay it all out on the record, okay? I think Mr. Soto Escalera is hurting his situation. He's proceeding in ignorance on the advice of ignorant people. What he is referring to is a Zoom recorded deposition, the first such deposition I ever did in my life, with witness Lucinda Cook. This was done, I think, on a Tuesday when there was a court holiday, when we were in the midst of trial or jury selection. I'm not sure exactly where we were yet. And before Ms. Cook joined, there was a recording with chit-chat between me and Mr. Richardson about witnesses in the case, about the state of the case, about why I was calling witnesses and not calling witnesses, and complaining about somebody who had Ms. Minton's credit card and was going over the limits, and chit-chatting as counsel do between themselves, waiting for a witness. And I don't think people understand the context of how attorneys talk to each other. I think that the witnesses who overheard this, Ms. Lucinda Cook and whoever else she communicated with, think that because this is a capital murder case, me and Mr. Richardson should be like this with our hands around each other's throats every moment. And we were not that way. We were chatting as counsel do in the case. And in a capital case especially, do counsel and adversaries have to communicate frequently and exhaustively to get the thing from start to finish done. That's all that it was. There is nothing in there that was inimical to Mr. Jose Soto Escalera's defense, and I defy him or anyone else to point to any action or anything that I did or said at any point in the preparation of this case or in the trial or in the penalty phase that was contrary to his interest. It's nonsense and bullcrap, and that's what he's on about, Judge. So he can feel however he wants. He's an idiot on this issue with me.
Oh, he is an idiot. Well, he is a friggin' idiot. We all know he's a friggin' idiot. There's no even question if he's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot. it's absolutely, it's about, you know what, I love this. I know it's probably unprofessional or something, but I love this. You know, where you can just call out your client and be like, no, you're full of shit, dude. I didn't do any of this stuff. Just shut the F up, will you? Look, I also understand Jose's point. He's just like, I'm going to be done for he's going to get the death penalty probably. So he wants to still fight it out, stretch it out and stuff. But dude, you're cooked. Bye-bye.
In that regard, for Mr. Soto Escalera's benefited the people who are here observing this proceeding. Regardless of the court's sentencing decision, whether I impose a life sentence or a death sentence,
he probably should have done it, but like it's unprofessional. But it's like sometimes you just want to say it. Like I laugh because it's done now, so I don't know what the outcome was, but it's sometimes just like you got to say it. And I think it's a little bit different now because it's all played out, and he is calling out his integrity. So
appeals that take place directly,
he won't get
and then indirect appeals, which relate to assistance of counsel, whether the defendant received proper assistance of counsel.
I agree. He's an idiot. Just to confirm, though, every death penalty case gets appealed. It gets appealed anyway, so they will look at all this, and he won't get a new trial in terms of start from scratch. He probably will get a new trial as in appeal trial. Do you know what I mean? For it to be appealed. So that's why the judge is very lax about this. Like, well, you know, it's right at the end. Nothing has happened. You know, if this was done during the trial, I would be a lot more like, hey, hang on, that's not right. You know, so I would agree with Jersey Jen. Now I laugh now because it's right at the end. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't impact his case anymore. He's done. You know, so. But yeah, that's funny though.
That's for a different day. I could see this coming up perhaps in that scenario on the merits to be figured out
for your appeal, yes,
at that time as appropriate, which goes back to what I said before. The evidence is in, mitigation has been placed before me, so we're at that stage where I'm to consider that. Put differently, if Mr. Soto Escalera feels that Mr. Burns did not properly litigate his case for whatever reason, will be a proceeding in that regard.
Yes.
But to be fair to Mr. Burns' respected counsel before the court, usually what has to be shown, or what would have to be shown, is something of substance, not just some idle remark we see from criminal defendants all the time, like, my attorney is working for the state, because look, they're smiling at each other and they're acting as professionals and not constantly cursing and berating each other and putting each other down. That's not the expectation of the court. In fact, we foster the opposite as professionals, that they get along, because once this case is over, they'll be on to a next case, and so will I. And so as professionals, they have to work with each other. But more importantly, as I mentioned at the outset, that is for another day. I'm directly focused on the extremely consequential and important decision I have to make, which goes back to whether Mr. Soto Escalera wants to make a statement regarding himself, the case, for me to consider. He does not have to, and it's not going to affect him negatively if he doesn't, but he has that right to do that. So there again, we broached a different subject. I don't want him to think that I'm not going to listen to that, should he wish to listen to make that statement. On the other hand, I'm not sure he has an intent to do that anyway. He just wanted to broach this subject. Okay. Okay. All right. So it's not the first time I've had to tell the defendant or someone else, that's for another day. There is a right to have a motion for post-conviction relief with regard to your Sixth Amendment right to counsel. That's for another day, really, regardless of my decision here. So other than that, that concludes the Spencer hearing evidence from the defense. Any evidence from this?
All right. That's basically done. Hello, lovely. How are you, my darling? Nice to see you. Anyway, I just wanted to show that because I thought it was funny. Also, so, right, hang on a minute here. Where is this now? Let me go find this now. I found this is heartwarming, right? Let me get this one up. Where's it gone now? Where was it? I think I can do it here. Let me open this. This is a bit of a cleanse. Do you know what? With all the hate in the world, with everything that's going on in the world, and all the drama and all the shit and everything, I found this video and I thought, oh, this is happy days. This is a great video. So, just so you all know, before I play it, I'll tell you what it's about before I play it. So this video, right? This video is a young lad called Blaze Mays. He's born with Down syndrome, and his one and only wish was to basically suit up for his high school football team. And that's his only wish in life, was to be able to go with his teammates, play with his teammates, and just play one snap. Literally just play one snap with his teammates. So when I saw this, imagine this. This is what it's all about. This is the bullshit, everything that we all think that is a problem in the world. And you got this. This is so heartwarming to watch it. So I'll play it here now.
Going for him, and oh my goodness, here we go. Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of youngsters and the fans are seeing it as well. Catch there, or run there.
Well, I'll play it again. I'll play it again, just in case you didn't see where he was.
Going for him, and oh my goodness, here we go. Yeah, absolutely.
So he's here. So if you don't know where he is, that's him there, right at the top. I'm very well, thank you, lovely. Nice to see you, my darling. It does, Robin G. Here he is.
And a lot of youngsters and the fans are seeing it as well. Catch there, or run there. There's big number 99, Blaze Mays.
Look how he is.
They love that. Well, they got coach. I think we got him.
Look how happy he was. Do you know what I mean? Let's go forward to the happy bit again.
Catch there, or run there. And there's big number 99, Blaze Mays. They love that. Well, they got coach. I think we got him.
So that is something I wanted to play because of all the nastiness in the world, there are still some good things in the world that happens, and that was very heartwarming. There's a lot of heartwarming stuff out there, but that one like played in me. So hang on, once I get this. Hang on 2 seconds. I'm not sure if you all know Steve Coogan. He's British, but I'll play you this. I've never heard this before, but it looks quite funny. So this is British humor, probably, to see if you guys understand what it is.
Sometimes everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. We're bastards and we're gits, we're wankers and we're shits, but sometimes that is just one word that absolutely fits. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes, a fact that any Catholic won't deny. I once shagged my girlfriend's sister, my gran's dead, I've never missed her. Ooh, what a cunt. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes.
What? Seriously, Steve, fuck off.
a bit of a cunt sometimes. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. See the beggar passing by, make a kitty cry. You're in your father's will, when's he gonna fucking die? Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. Don't say you're not, you cunt, because that's a lie.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
You're a cunt, says Dad. Cunt. So as you can imagine, that will be recorded and played multiple times for sure. For sure, that has been added to the repertoire here. Just a song bit though, not the whole thing. Let me. Right. Bear with me whilst I record that. Motherfucker, why do they keep doing this? I'll play it again. You probably could be able to hear it, but I'm gonna record it. Okay, let me see if I can upload it now, and then that is definitely been added to the whole thing, because download. So, Mexi as well. Whilst we're waiting, Mexi. Did you see what I did, Mexi? This is just for Mexi, by the way. So I did this for Mexi.
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation calls for speculation. Unintelligible. I don't understand.
And also, Mexi, I did this for you as well.
Great dates. Great dates. Great dates.
So don't say I don't do anything for you. I'm just uploading this one to see if it will come on. Badaza, I'm on here now. I've got something. Right, fine, Badaza. Wait a minute, people, whilst I see what comes up from this. I will send that to Mexi. Hang on here. Right, it's slow loading. I don't know why it's slow loading. Good luck on Friday, Robin G. She's having a hand job on Friday.
Okay, here we go.
Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. We're bastards and we're gits. We're wankers and we're shits. But sometimes that is just one word that absolutely fits. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. A fact that any Catholic won't deny. I once shagged my girlfriend's sister. My gran's dead. I've never missed her. Ooh, what a cunt. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes.
Seriously, Steve, fuck off.
Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. See the beggar passing by, make a kitty cry. You're in your father's will, when's he gonna fucking die? Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. Don't say you're not, you cunt, cause that's a lie.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
You are a cunt. You're a cunt.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
You're a cunt, says Dad. Cunt.
So next one. So softball.
You say it really slow, mate.
That's a new bat.
That looked like it was yellow. What the crap? Let's go. What do you think? I love it. Thank you.
You see, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I love these heartwarming stuff. Right, here we go. I gotta mute it, but Mexi's a bit of a softball player. Hey, Mexi, what did you think of the objection song and the tit song? Ah, baby. Ah. You see? It's nice to cleanse your feed sometimes from all the shit in the world. I just played it like about a minute ago, Mexi. I played it again just for you because I made this just for you. Here we go.
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation calls for speculation. Unintelligible. I don't understand.
That one and then this one.
Great tits. Great tits. Great tits.
I shortened them because Mexi was saying she hated them, so I shortened them for her. Okay, hang on. Let me play this then. So this is a monkey rescuing a kitten. Mexi is such a Debbie Downer. Such a fucking Debbie Downer, Mexi. Heartwarming, and Mexi's like, no, fuck off. Why didn't he do it? Why didn't he do it? What a prick he is. It's true though. I didn't think of that actually. But yeah, still heartwarming though. see what else there is here. Oh, this one warms my heart every single time. This one warms my heart every single time. Hang on.
That's what it says. You know, because he can't tell you what you want.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, that strap's good.
He gets to see for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Hi, baby. Hello. Wow, mister, you can see.
Yeah, good. So he still has a little bit of space, but starts to pull snug right there. You still have like a quarter inch so you can tighten it.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I love that. I love doing that because I don't want to lose sight of some of the stuff that goes on in the world. Yeah, hearing aid ones are good as well, yes. Right. Right, okay, I'll leave that there. There's another one I really like as well. Oh no, I won't play that now. But anyway, I will play, I think, one more thing and then I'll call it a day. But because I do appreciate not everyone likes this sort of stuff, but I love it, so fuck it. Right, so I have got here as well. Miss American Pie. Put the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old girls are drinking whiskey and rye. Thinking this the day that Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Right, where's the video that I wanted to play for you all? I can't find it. Happy Days, I can't find it. Oh well, I'll try and find it for another time because I can't find it. Damn. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. We will play that again. But yeah, I just wanted to bring some heartwarming stuff in today and just make it a little bit more heartwarming rather than consistently negative and stuff, you know. Because the world sometimes is a tough place. So if you can't smile, it's not the best place. And just remember that not everybody around you, you don't know what everyone's going through. Why am I making a speech? I don't know, but you know. Oh wow. Right. So question for you, right? Why do we seem to be seeing? Also, can I just say that I have totally fucked up my algorithm. I was talking about pedophiles earlier on. I'm talking about cunts now. It's like my algorithm's gone. Hang on. Let me press this first. Let me ask a poll question first. Let me ask a poll question. Right, where's the poll gone? Sarah P, where's the poll gone? Sarah P, Sarah P, Sarah P, 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 Sarah P, Sarah P, Sarah P is lazy. Right, right, there's a poll. There's a poll in the chat. What are you gonna do? As I'm interested to see if you had notifications or not. Because most of you yesterday didn't get one, so a few of you got one. Okay, good. 5 of you got, 6 of you got them. Happy day. So it seems to be balancing out then. 7. 8 of you. 7. One said no. One person said no, they did not get a notification. I did not get a notification, by the way, today. I didn't get one. for myself. I've pressed the bell and I don't get one. But it is what it is. Right. The question is, right, what do you think is? I was just googling here, and it came up, right? 2 female teachers tried to set up a foursome with student. Why are we seeing so much of this? Is it because of YouTube being so popular? But we're seeing a lot more women now getting done for sleeping with, like, young boys and stuff. I mean, what goes through their heads, like, And I don't remember hearing all this before. It's something that I don't remember, but it must be because social media is such a massive thing now. It's very unfortunate. Yes, Kelly Reid's birthday is today as well. Yes. Yes, I wished her happy birthday this morning. Okay, that one's done. Yeah, so I saw that, and I was just thinking, why I seem to see every other video now, like on Core TV and stuff, is about women molesting young boys, which is, anybody doing is sickening, but seeing more and more of a trend of women doing it now. It's just, I don't remember seeing that trend before, but obviously it wasn't on social media before, so. I agree about that. It wasn't like that. It was never like that when I was at school. Well, not the female teachers. Yeah, no. I remember hearing rumors about the male teachers, but never the female teachers. It's just surprising that it's gotten that way. I didn't expect that. But yeah. Try. Oh, Rhonda's birthday tomorrow. Oh shit. Well, we're gonna have to sing you happy birthday tomorrow then, Rhonda. Good luck, Standing Stones. I feel like I've yeah, there's not much today either. I'm just trying to see what else there is. Today's gonna be a very short stream because I don't know, it doesn't seem like much energy today. Okay, I got that one. I can do that one tomorrow. I think it's a combination of getting caught because of cell phones, etc. And some women nowadays want to feel young. But we covered one, last week. A woman 25 years old, molesting an 11-year-old. I mean, 11 years old. Do you mean? Yeah. 11 years old, you still got snots running down your nose. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, not to excuse you, but like if you said 17-year-old, I can, not to justify it, but at least they're on the verge of becoming an adult. An 11-year-old, do you know what I mean? That's what, and all of it's inexcusable, do you know what I mean? But at least 17, they're on the verge of becoming an adult. 11-year-olds, they're not even on the verge of becoming teenagers. That's what's sickening. It is all sickening. I remember when I was younger, there was a case of a woman teacher and her student. Maybe New Hampshire was all over the news. I think we just see it more than we did. Yeah, probably because of social media. That was sick of having an 11-year-old. There you go, Gim. I call you Gimme, Gimme, Gim. I've never heard the name Gim before, but yeah. It's yeah. I mean, I just don't see it. 11 years old. I got nieces who are 30, well, nearly 14 and 15. It's like, wow. Think when she got out, they actually had a relationship. Oh shit! Yeah, I remember that actually. I remember that they got married and everything. If it's the same one, they got married and everything. They got divorced. Oh, they got divorced. Yeah, well, there you go. So they got married, then they got divorced. Fine. It's tomorrow, lovely. You're a day early, lovely. You're too keen, but it's fine. And I think she passed away shortly after, but he stayed with her to take care of her. Oh, okay. Okay. Not sure the town, but they got married. So sick. Yeah, I mean, I just every other video seems to be about it, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, I just seen what else there was. Is there anything recent? There's a lot of stuff recently, but oh, hang on, I know what I need to play for you. Where's it gone? I bookmarked it. What do you think about this then? Hang on, dismiss. My 11-year-old thinks holding hands is a big deal. Can't imagine a teacher ruining that innocence. And that's the thing. I said last time, it's not just about now. It's also about like in years to come. You know, they're never gonna forget that. You know, their innocence is taken away no matter what. It's gone. You know, you can never get that back. You know, sickening. Yeah, she was, yeah, I'm not sure what she did with him, but yeah, sickening. So if you don't know, this is Mark Sanchez. This is Hippie Chick's world. So this is Indiana. So this is Hippie Chick. He's walking around drunk, intoxicated, after being stabbed. It looks like. Or it looks like he was stabbed at this point. So he assaulted somebody allegedly, a 69-year-old man, and the man stabbed him back to defend himself. So he is looking at criminal charges. This guy is Max. He had the world. He's a quarterback, earning a ton of money, and then got drunk and ruined his life. True scarred for life, and he'd be even more scarred after he saw what I did to that teacher. Yes, that's the thing, though, isn't it? Because any good parent would. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, anything to do with children, I don't like it. There's a trial ongoing now about child, sorry. But I'm not playing it because it's one of those court TV ones where they interrupt. They've got ads and stuff, and they, in the middle of a witness, they will cut off and go to the panels and stuff. So I'm not doing that one. So, what about Port LSU wide receiver Karen Lacey? Yes. Unfortunate, yeah, he killed himself, but evidence will come out to say he was innocent. So, very, very sad. Very, very sad. Yes, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. Don't you worry. Did you all hear about the Amazon driving that shot the postal worker? No, I didn't. Jersey Jen, keep your man under control. He wants to be stalked, Jersey Jen. He wants to be stalked. Hey, Bill, how are you? Hope you're doing well, Bill. Hang on then. We are monitoring. Oh, so the trial I was talking about is Ohio versus Bianca Ellis. She says, Kathy Russell says, we are monitoring the feed and cutting clips, publishing on our trials channel. The judge has ordered no live streaming and no broadcast, even on delay, of witness testimony in full until after the trial. You see, that's why I'm not covering it. I know a couple of people are, but I ain't covering it. So, but I might cover it afterwards. So, Maxi Texi, I've sent you WhatsApp as well, just so you know. William is from Foxborough. Gim is in Massachusetts. William is in Foxborough, and he is on YouTube. At least he's engaged to Jersey Jen. So, good morning, hubby. I'm the only one allowed to stalk you. Yeah, how you feeling, Bill? I forgot to ask you how you doing, Bill. Thanks, Robin G, for asking him, because I forgot. How are you, Bill? Hope you're feeling better. So that was the LSU player. He was going to be drafted, and he was accused of something. I don't know the full details, so I don't really want to go into it just in case. But it turns out he did nothing wrong. Basically, he was driving, and it showed that he did not cause the accident. And yeah, unfortunately, he unalived himself, and it turns out he did nothing wrong. So. He was actually going to go into the NFL draft, so but obviously killed himself before that. So, which is absolutely destroying. You know, if I could find it, I might play you something on it, because it is interesting. It's very sad. Actually, I'll try and see if I can find something on it. I don't want to play too much. I just want to play something very quickly on it. Here we go. There's something here. I'll play this. This is like a 15-minute video. I'll play this.
Kyron Lacey is going to change the way things are done. He's going to make people think twice about what they say before they say it. Not everybody, somebody. Maybe Kyron Lacey makes someone think twice before the next investigation to say, hold on, maybe we got to look at a few other things here, right? Maybe let's not jump to conclusions, thoroughly review. Just maybe somebody else is saved from the same exact thing. Maybe thousands.
And a story that I know isn't going to get its due justice, former LSU standout star Kyron Lacey has basically been proven to be innocent without reasonable doubt, even though he is no longer here on earth. He makes massive scrutiny for being potentially a part of a homicide that happened in a car crash, and the scrutiny that he faced online, the claims on his life that he was having from the public. There were people calling him everything but the child of God, eventually took over his mental health and had him take his life. And unfortunately, we're just now getting evidence that is proving that without a shadow of a doubt, it was impossible that he could have even been a part of that. And now he's just gone. The internet has to rethink everything they knew.
If LSU and ESPN don't publicly call out this fucked up system that is happening to Kyron Lacey and his family, I am not watching college football. This is disgusting. And if you can't look at what happened to Kyron Lacey and see your brother or see your sister, see someone that got thrown under the bus for something that they didn't do, that was 4 cars behind them, go look at the story. Go look at the police body cam footage. You say that racism doesn't exist. You say that it's not systemic. They literally killed a young football player with a bright future because some old person couldn't hit their brakes fast enough, and you got a scapegoat 4 cars behind you.
We are now finding out that Lacey never caused that car crash, and he was framed by the police. He passed away for no reason. You see, come to find out, Lacey was nowhere near the accident when it happened. You can see his car literally be the last vehicle at the scene, and it just goes around him. When a witness told the officer that the person who caused the accident was the woman, the officer led the witness and told him, no, I need you to say that that Charger is the one who caused the accident. Because of this situation, Lacey's draft stock dropped. People were attacking his family and him on social media, saying that he took the life of a veteran. And due to an altercation that he got the night before court, he thought he was going to jail for life and just decided to go to the Lord. The officers and investigators that framed them for this incident and forgot that body cams exist, they need to be charged. They need to be in jail as well.
Around mid to late December of last year, LSU standout player Kyron Lacy was wanted for his involvement in this fatal car crash. No priors, no criminal record, literally a student at LSU, good kid who had the potential to be in the NFL. And he was getting the blame for a car crash that led to the death of a 78-year-old veteran, Herman Hall. The claim was that Lacy was driving at a reckless speed and that this truck had to swerve out of the lane in order to avoid a head-on collision with this car. Now, mind you, this is coming off the heels of other college athletes having similar reckless driving incidences. So this would fall in line and people would just buy this story as if it was something that was fact or known to happen. But his lawyer over the weekend popped up with receipts that would prove his innocence. And honestly, it's one of the most quietest stories I've heard on my timeline all weekend.
Yeah, so what you'll see is in the top left of the screen, you're going to see multiple cars just making their way south to Thibodaux, coming from Vacherie. At some point in time, you're going to see the collision, which we're going to know is vehicle number 2 from oncoming traffic colliding with the vehicle of Mr. Hall. You will see another vehicle come to a stop, and then you'll see Kyron Lacy come to a stop.
So as we've seen the video, it looks like the impact happens, and then Kyron Lacy is behind him. How far away was he from there?
Way
far. Yeah, that's the beauty of the investigative report that I now have my hands on. We know from data that Kyron Lacy did in fact pass 4 cars. There's no disputing that.
Yeah.
Further north, Kyron Lacy passed 4 cars. However, he was back in his lane of travel, 92.3 yards, back in his lane behind Mr. Hall. At the time of impact, he's 72.6 yards behind the vehicles at the time of impact. Keyword, behind the vehicles.
That's crazy.
That is not how this story was ever painted.
No.
Never.
Any part of the district attorney's investigation that talked about Mr. Lacy getting back, I guess we call it, what do you call it, correcting or getting in your proper lane?
Sure. He was back in his proper lane according to their data. This isn't my expert. This is the investigation of the Lafourche Parish District Attorney's Office. So I'm here simply comparing and contrasting the District Attorney's Office with state police in this matter. Their investigations.
Evidence comes out saying that not only was the car crash not with Lacy, but that he was 72 yards behind the actual collision incident. It's amazing when you have proof of things and then people just invalidate you left, right, and sideways as if you're not there, as if you don't have the evidence in front of you, as if you're crazy. Bad gaslighting attempts.
After watching that body cam footage, it is clear as day that Kyron Lacy was in fact framed. They painted this man out to be a murderer. It got so bad to the point where he became so hopeless that he took his own life. I'm just really curious, why did it take so long for this footage to come out? There was ample time for this footage to be presented.
Now, this is raising a lot of questions to the media, to the internet, to friends, to families, to onlookers of the situation. Why was this footage held for so long? Why did police decide to not report these things? Why was this not accessible to everyone? We live in a surveillance state. I mean, there's so many businesses, there's so many people with dash cams, there's so many cameras out there. If Kyron Lacy, LSU standout football player, got into an accident, I don't think that anybody would just not have footage of it anywhere. So why was it that this was withheld from us for so long if nobody was covering things up? That's the only answer that I can come up with. Now, what makes it even worse is that there is body cam footage of the police officer in the situation and the witness to the collision. And it seems as though that the witness is being coached by the police officer in order to make a statement, kind of gearing this person to say that certain things happened that clearly didn't happen. Not just based off of what the witness believed to happen, but also based off of the video cam footage. It's actually some of the most amazingly disgusting things I've ever seen in my life.
Don't worry about filling any of this top information, like your name, address. Don't worry about any of that. Just right here, if you could, I'll just have you write exactly what you saw. Just make sure to include, where you were.
I don't even know what the name of that highway.
It's Highway 20. Highway 20. That you just.
All right, me and my wife gonna figure out right.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes and the brakes you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that charger and the brakes locked up to avoid that charger. That's.
I ain't speeding off enough that I wasn't even going for it. That lady in the back of me, she didn't know what was happening. That's how she called that wreck. She was running in the back of me. She pulled on the other side.
So, but the charger was coming right at you, correct? And that's why you had to slam on your brake, the head on with you. So yeah, just make sure you include that, and that's very important because we're trying to locate this charger right now. So just include that in the statement, and I'll read it over, and then I'll be out of here.
I've been into a situation where I've been a part of a car accident, and never has the police officer ever said any suggestive language. It is just about what you said, and they let it ride from there. They're not coaching you or guiding you to believe one thing. We're looking for a certain car, pressing and pressing and pressing. And in that 5-minute video of the officer talking to the gold truck suspect in the situation, there continues to be a pressing and pressing and pressing of the situation. Mind you, there are written statements from when the accident actually happened that go against the idea that Kyron Lacy was involved in this. And his car had no sort of scratch in it. And to top it all off, the person involved in the situation, the person who swerved and caused the accident, has been on Facebook and had their family on Facebook talking about the situation, acknowledging but not taking full accountability that they were the ones who actually caused the accident. What else is there left to do at this point? And this is where the story turns tragic, because social media is actually powerful. The idea that you can just get off and, don't let it affect you is really just this falsity that I wish people would stop pushing, because it doesn't actually work like that. There are certain things that happen on social media that impact your real life, and it needs to be addressed. Now, part of that is this double standard in America. There's a couple of them. The whole concept of free speech getting tossed back and forth depending on who's in power. And another one is the innocent until proven guilty philosophy. Yeah. It's bullshit. Kyron Lacy was essentially crucified on the internet because of this situation. And that impacted what happened to him going forward in his NFL career, or his not NFL career, because it was ripped away from him after the NFL revoked his combine invite based off of this news. And then after that, it was joke after joke after joke after joke after conversation about Kyron Lacy in this incident where there was little to no evidence linking him to this, truly just word of mouth that had him combined at the scene of the crime. There were literal TV news stations that were portraying him as the ultimate evil because they killed somebody who was an ex-veteran.
Digger Earls, the attorney representing Herman Hall's family, says he has been involved in a lot of high-profile litigation over his career, and says he has never seen a name withheld by officials because someone was a high-profile individual.
No one is above the law, not a star athlete, not anyone.
Louisiana State Police say Lacy was driving recklessly along LA 20 in Thibodaux on December 17th. At one point crossing the center line. Drivers in the northbound lane tried to swerve out of the way, causing a head-on collision that took the life of Hall.
I think that tells us a lot about Kyron Lacy.
Attorney Digger Earls, who plans to represent Hall's family in the case, says he is a big LSU fan, but that will not stand in the way of this case.
I cheered Kyron Lacy throughout his career. That doesn't change my position, or it doesn't change the job that I have to do seeking justice for this family.
Public scrutiny would cause Kyron Lacy to ultimately end his life after so many people judged his character, judged who he was, stripped him away of his humanity for an incident that he wasn't even a part of. And now it's amazing to see how many people are doing a complete 180 on the situation, as if the internet doesn't have receipts on them. The people most likely to end their lives in the United States are men, especially young men. Someone like Kyron Lacy, somebody who has a lot of hope and a lot of dreams, and a lot of those hopes and dreams get stripped away from them because of somebody who just honestly has it out for them. Nothing that they did, nothing that they could have stopped, nothing that they could have not been a part of, but somebody else plotting on their downfall. And those people on social media, looking to pile up on him, the outside noise finally getting to him. It's a tragic incident. It's a tragic story. I think what makes it worse is that the evidence was always there, but he was most likely going to be cleared of all charges.
The district attorney's office in the Lafourche Parish has yet to this day to accept formal charges. Let that sink in. We were set for grand jury today. I am privy to so much information that no one has. To get a report is a report. You know how many cases we get reports on that ultimately end up in acquittals? This one never even got past a grand jury yet, and they crucified this kid. And when I mean crucified in a manner I cannot describe. I had these talks with him where you're trying to calm it down. Say, man, turn it off. Let me take the heat. I got thick skin. You got a problem with me and social media? Come at me. Who cares? The narrative spun here has just been fascinating. Quite frankly, whether you were Marine or not, everybody's life is important. I have the utmost respect for Marine. Kyron had the utmost respect for Marines. That's irrelevant in this case, but the media didn't see it that way. The media, the same media, you know how upset he was? Every mugshot that was placed on there, you couldn't give him the courtesy of the 5,000 other pictures he had. You put him in a jumpsuit as if he was a thug and if he was this awful kid.
So the question is, what do we take from this? And I think that it's quite simple in this age of the internet, in an age where platforms like KickChamp and other of these rage baity platforms can just exist and thrive, is that we need to stop looking for a villain in every single story. We understand it that negativity does sell, but for whatever reason, when we get into these places and spaces of online discourse where a story is being told, the first thing that we want to know is who is responsible. We don't even necessarily care about the victim in the situation. We don't even care about the person who's hurt in the situation. Hell, there was a wife to this Herman Hall and nobody really gave a damn about her. It was more about vilifying Kyron Lacey over anything. And now we're sitting here with 2 lives lost over some ill reporting and social media painting somebody to be worse than what they are in the aftermath of that ill reporting. Now, there are so many things that plagued this situation before that. I mean, the justice system has so many things that they need to talk about. The police department has so many things that they need to talk about. But it's crazy how we live in a world in which the accusation gets more coverage than the acquittal. It's crazy that we live in a world in which people can go out and claim somebody did something, but greater than that, they get blasted on social media, stripped of their jobs, stripped of everything, and honestly kicked to the curb before we even figure out what is really going on behind closed doors, before we get anything of substance. We live in a guilty before innocent society, and at some point, it's
Preach. Also, this is also why lovely. You just popped in exactly the same time as he said it. Why do people believe guilty until proven innocent? I've been preaching this for so long. I think because there's several reasons. I mean, this guy's done now, but thank you to this guy for that. That was a good recap. This is a good question. I've been preaching this for so long, lovely. Hang on. Let me put myself there. It's one of these things, right, that I found with the Alex Murdaugh case. When I came on board to trials and stuff like that, just watching the amount of people that have the mentality of, well, the police would never arrest anybody unless they were sure. They wouldn't prosecute this person unless they're sure. So many people are built that way. Because why? Because they trust the police. They trust their government. They trust their local government. They trust everyone around them. People in power, they trust. So who in their right mind would think that anything's corrupt? You know, why would anyone think, oh, that's corrupt? No. All they care about is like, well, someone's been arrested, so they must be guilty. That's the mindset people have. It went back to Alex Murdaugh. People were like, well, he's guilty because a podcast told us he's guilty. So people used to listen to a podcast who said that he was guilty. And because of that, everyone went, yeah, he's guilty. You know he's guilty. So even before the trial started, I think 90% of the world said Alex Murdaugh was guilty. Do I believe he's guilty? Yes. But you should always have the mindset that the defendant is innocent. So it drives me mad that is always the case. I try going to every case. Josie said the other day, like, I think this chat has changed their attitude a little bit, that we now try and, well, not me, because I always have, but lots of people in chat now believe in giving the defendant the opportunity. It happens everywhere. The first real trial that I saw where even content creators always say guilty unless proven guilty. Not everybody, obviously, but some. You see people jumped on Karen Reid, content creators, who just said, yeah, she's guilty. They didn't know anything. They just thought she's going to be found guilty because most people are found guilty. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's very high. Majority of people in the world will be found guilty. And it's the most popular thing because most people don't like to lose. So they know, well, more often than not, they'll be found guilty. The Karen Reid trial was the first trial that I've probably seen where more and more people were backing Karen because it did not make sense. But up until then, I don't remember any trial where the defendant had the right of innocence unless proven guilty. It was always they're guilty unless proven innocent, and that's a sad state of affairs that we live in. Jim, no worries, Robin. That's fine, Robin, my darling. Kim says, lovely because this hasn't happened to them yet. And that's a true story. Unless it's happened to you, most people are oblivious to it. And again, everybody trusts the police. And it's unfortunate because we've always said there's a lot of good police out there, officers, and there's a lot of people are trying to do the right thing out there. But we now start to see how corrupt everything is. The mistakes that people make, even in the Alec Murdoch one, they made loads of mistakes in that one. But people forgive it. People forgave it because they all thought he was guilty. This is the first trial, Karen Reid trial, was the first time where people decided not to forgive the police. And we're like, no, let's hold them accountable. It happens everywhere. There's corruption. I think every case that we cover, there's been an element of corruption in it. And I try and make sure that we take the line of innocent unless proven guilty. Where's my tagline? Have I got it here? I got a logo on it. Oh shit, that's too small. That's what she said. Have I got a bigger one? That's what she said as well. Hang on. Let's see here. Here we go. Let me just move myself. Innocent unless proven guilty. That's what this channel was built on. It was built on that saying, innocent unless proven guilty. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of it. Because that's what I believe in. Innocent unless proven guilty. And I say it all the time. Even if you think someone's guilty, they still deserve their day in court. They still deserve that opportunity to defend themselves. And I used Wade Wilson as an example. Piece of shit Wade Wilson. Very quickly you knew he was guilty. Do you know what I mean? But the reason he deserves his day in court and the reason he deserves the innocent unless proven guilty is because if he is found guilty, then I never want him to be able to appeal any shady stuff. And that's why I get really mad at prosecutors when they use shady stuff and say shady things and basically walk the line that legally is very grey. I hate that because if you are seriously guilty, I want you to be in prison for the rest of your life. If you look at the last trial that we did, what was the trial we did? The one Mexi wanted to do? Wade, baby. What was the what was the last trial? The Mexi trial. I forget. It's Kirby Carpenter, but I forget the guy. Jeffrey Spence. I just got a text to say Manscaped. I've not Manscaped for months, so it's a bit. I need to Manscape though, because it's looking a little bit like. Where's it gone? What's it looking like? You know when you try to find something, you can't find it. Fuck. Here we go. It's a little bit bushy inside of this place. We men, we are an absolute disgrace. We need to trim it. We need to trim it. We need to trim it now. We need to trim our bushes now. So Jeffrey Spence, the hung jury one, yes. Now we all watched that, right? We all watched it, and I think, no worries, Sue. Hello, Sue. How are you, my darling? Nice to see you, Sue. I think that the majority of you here who've got a brain would have said that he, probably is guilty, but the state did not prove it. How the state brought that case together, I have no idea. They manscaped me in the hospital when I was knocked out. There you go. Jersey Jen will be happy. Jersey Jen will be happy with that, Bill. There was no evidence. So he and his daughter and the mother and stuff, his wife, probably guilty. Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest. But the state never proved it. So I think anyone with any rational thought process would be like, well, they didn't bring anything. But that prosecutor's going to bring it back in again. I feel sick that they can bring it back because it's like there was nothing to prosecute him on. And I think that's bullshit. And what I also think was bullshit is that 6 people thought he was guilty based on that. That is scary to think 6 people on that evidence thought he was guilty. So they were thinking on their emotions rather than actual evidence. And that's what people do. They think they trust the prosecution. They're just like, well, they wouldn't arrest him unless he was guilty. And that's what they probably did. It's so tragic. The aftermath has definitely broken trust for the police. Yep. My dentist manscaped me before he put me under. I was like, what the fuck is this normal procedure? Is that the one where you came out with a sore ass? Where you couldn't walk for a few days? Is that the same one, yeah? Or is that a different one? So I'm not trying to preach, but I do, as I say, I'll show you again. Innocent unless proven guilty. That's always been my slogan. That's always been the way I stand. You know, it's the way it should be. I understand that other people don't feel that way. So there's genuinely people out there that will say innocent, yeah, unless proven guilty, and then as soon as the first person comes up, say, yeah, they're guilty. If you did a poll for every trial, I can guarantee you most people will be like guilty. Even for Sarah Boone, I found that difficult because she's obviously guilty, but it wasn't a matter of Sarah Boone whether she was guilty or not. It's whether she was guilty at the level they were charging her, you know. And that's what also you can remember is some people are guilty, but they go to court because they disagree with the level they've been charged at. Because sometimes the state will go, murder 1, where actually they're like, no, it wasn't premeditated. It should be murder 2. So that's why they take it to court. Whereas sometimes I just think, well, why don't the prosecutors just use their common sense, just go murder 2, and they'll take a plea deal, you know? But it doesn't work like that. In the same way, my opinion, because it's my channel, it's our channel. You'll be nothing without any of you. My opinion is, if you take a plea deal, part of the plea deal is you cannot go no contest. You have to say guilty. And another part of the plea deal is you have to explain it. Now, the reason I say that is because there are a lot of people that take plea deals just for the sake of it, because they know it'll benefit them more, and they're not actually guilty. So I think if you're genuinely guilty, you should be able to say why, you know, you did what you did. Should always be innocent unless proven guilty, full stop, period. I absolutely agree with you. Lovely. Absolutely agree with you. It's just a shame that society means that we don't. Look, we're all guilty of it at some point or another. Somebody will come onto trial and be like, yeah, they're guilty as fuck. Because you've read stuff or, you know, and all that. It's human nature, you know. If you've read stuff or the content creator's gone through stuff, they've gone through all the documents and though they're guilty. I found new stuff about Karen Reid during the trial. You don't know everything. You only know what the content creator's showing you. There's more and more that out there. You know, so always wait till the trial. It doesn't matter what you've heard beforehand. Always wait till the trial. Also, again, going back to that Sarah Boone thing, yeah, we know she killed him because we saw the video. But what level did she do it? Was she abused beforehand and stuff like that? That's just a learning curve that I have to go through as well. You know, don't judge a book by its cover. Now, Sarah Boone's a bad example because she's guilty as fuck. But a lot of people were upset about BK plea deal. Yes, there were a lot of people were, because a lot of people want to know what happened. I mean, a lot of people invested their time into that trial. They want to know what happened. Let him explain it. You know, again, we're going back to the Stephen Stearns one for Madeline Soto. He got to plead no contest, which I think is complete bullshit. And the reason I think it's bullshit is because he can live off that for years to come and say, well, I never admitted it. I just said no contest because I knew that they would push shit onto me, make stuff up about me, and look for sympathy. So technically, in my eyes, he is not admitted to anything. Not admitted to anything. And I know there was somebody in here going, "Oh, fuck, you know, it's a court law." Yeah, it might be, and we know what it means, but it doesn't mean it's right. There should be justice for Madeline, and that's not justice. And people are saying, "Well, it doesn't matter about justice because they're dead." Fuck you. Do you know what I mean? And that one person said that in the stream. Fuck you. Is all I'm going to say to that person. They are all already saying you are guilty in the USA when you get bail, no drinking, drugs, or firearms. Well, yeah, that is also true, yes. Now, I will say there probably has to be some restrictions, but I'm not delving into it because I don't understand it as much. But I get what you're saying. For most of it, I don't understand why they revoke everything. You know, I don't understand that. For the higher ones, like murder and stuff, I obviously understand. But for the lower ones, I don't get why you revoke and say no drinking, no drugs and stuff like that. I don't get that bit. 100%. Exactly agreed, like Koberger and in Stern's case. Yes, I got into all this because of Koberger. He brought me into all this. I thankfully, I only invested a bit of time. I made about 5 videos on it because I wanted to wait and see, because there's just so much bullshit out there. People were saying stuff, and I don't think half the stuff was true. So I'm just like, I'll wait for trial. That's the only place we know everything's 100% genuine. So total bullshit on Stairs. Absolutely, I totally agree. Think you do most on bail in the UK? Yeah, I don't actually know. It's yeah, that'd be interesting to compare that. I think Bad does it. What if it was their kid? They would not say that. Shame on them. Yeah, there are people that believe that. You know, there's no justice for people because they're dead. It's like, I don't believe like that. I like to think of, you know, that I'm not going to say I'm a big religious guy, but you like to think about the afterlife and stuff, that people can still see you. And I'd like to think that they can still see that they were important. They may have died, but like, especially for children, you know, they died too young. So let's not forget their names, you know. Yeah, it always hits home. This is why I'm a bit pissed off about this trial that in Ohio, that judges said no live streaming and nothing. They're only showing bits and bobs and stuff, which is why I don't want to cover it, you know. So, but yeah, as I say, I think, as I say, the Karen Read trial changed a lot of people's mentality, and I do think some people are now questioning stuff a lot more. As you should. Everyone should. You should question everything. But at the same time, I believe in, like, I've not looked into the Kelsey Fitzsimmons trial. So I've not looked into any of it. I don't know anything of it. All I know is her bail was revoked in a bullshit manner. I've not looked at the case. She's innocent unless proven guilty. But I've not looked at any documents. I don't know if she is actually going to be found guilty or not guilty. I have no idea, because I've not looked at anything. So I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon because of that, you know. I think you need to wait, read all documents, wait for trial, and then make your mind up, you know. I'm not going to jump on it until I've done all that. I need to really look at that case once I get some time, you know. It's just finding the time for everything. When you look up cases, there's so many cases ongoing. And I think for Massachusetts especially, everyone seems to be covering all them. So that's why I look at other cases in other regions, because not so many people are covering those. I shoot myself in the foot for doing that, because even most of you guys here in Massachusetts and want to watch the Massachusetts one, but just so many people are covering them. I'm just like, I want to be a little bit, what about other justices in the world? It's happening everywhere in the States. And it's a shame in the UK that we don't have that transparency of being able to watch trials, because I'd love to be able to watch trials in the UK. But the UK ones would be more stiff in the sense of because they all wear wigs and stuff like that. The process is a lot more, prim and proper, I imagine. But we're not there yet. We only live stream some of the sentences. But I hope in time that we catch up with that, because I want to see our government held to account, trials to be held accountable as well. So, but yeah, I don't know. Just my tuppence thought. Yeah, it should always be innocent unless proven guilty. And I do understand that's not always easy, because you look at Brian Walsh, most people have made their minds up Brian Walsh anyway. So no matter what happens to him, I just hope that he just gets a fair trial on it. Of course, justice matters. It's all energy, balance, and karma in the list. Like, do you know what? I love this. Lovely. I love this. Lovely. It's all energy, balance, and karma. I believe in karma. I really do believe in karma. Put good in the world, people, because good things will happen. It might not happen straight away, but I 100% believe in karma in this life and the afterlife. I'm not sure what my beliefs about the afterlife are. Yeah, I do hope there's an afterlife, and I hope that people do see what you do afterwards. They did try, I think, for a while. What's that about? Does it was streaming the trials? You mean? And justice system and Ellie need to be held accountable on the same level as the accused, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you. Karma's slow sometimes. Yeah, trust me, it's slow sometimes. Trust me, I know. There's people that have wronged me, and I still see them about. I'm just thinking, one day, you can only do what you can do. Hang on a minute, then let me play this, because let me get you this, because this is something I might. Sarah P, she unplugged my mic. So this is, this is outside the Kelsey Fitzsimmons trial. Young Jerks is there. So, Young Jerks, Mike is there, Paul Lynch is there, Alicia is there, Diane is there. So, there's a few people there. So, that's why. So, yeah, Mike's there, so that's why. Oh, yeah, it's not. Yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. Right, what did I want to show you? I want to show you something, one more thing that we probably call on night, because I'm sure you're all bored of me speaking right now. No, and it's a good way. I know nothing. Everyone keeps telling me that I need to go and justice for Kelsey. Yeah, justice to get her out on bail, but the case itself, I don't know. I don't know. I don't just fall into cases where, people think that just because you think Karen Reid's innocent, that you have, is justice for Karen, that you have to jump in for somebody else. Well, she may well be, and we might need justice for her. I don't know, but I don't have that opinion yet because I've not looked at it. Thank you, Jizzy Jen. You're always nice. You're always nice to me. So this let me. Oh fuck! All right, hang on. This is. Right, this is Dana Leonard's favorite person. Hang on. This is them. Yeah, they're making Brady. So they told Brady there was a phone call, and the judge shouted at him, and now he's got to drive to court. So Brady's going to court. So, but apparently he was told I was on Zoom or something last night. But anyway, he's on the way there, so that's why the delay of the hearing, because he's driving there now. So yeah, Lady Di, we miss Lady Di. Let me photo that because I'll tell her she's a lazy bitch. Right. Yeah, something about everyone's phoning in onto it. I think they might not just let anybody do it anymore. As in, next one, they might say no technology allowed. Right. Hang on. Play this. Insert this. There you go. Hey, KD. Right. So this is. I'll actually play from the start because Dana loves. This is Dana's favorite person. I don't know why. I hate this person, but Dana seems to love this person. So, hang on. I don't know why you love her, Dana, but
Right now, we return back to Ohio for the case against defendant B.
So this is the Ohio case where a child was stabbed. So the trial's ongoing at the minute, but they're not live streaming it. I mean, it's there, but Court TV keep going in and out of ads and stuff. Law and Crime are recording everything, and they will play it afterwards, after the trial. So here we go.
Bianca Ellis. This is the case of the stabbing death of little toddler Julian Wood.
Now, if I had to play a song for Julie Grant, it would be this.
Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. We're bastards and we're gits. We're wankers and we're shits. But sometimes that is just one word that absolutely fits. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. A fact that any Catholic won't deny. I once shagged my girlfriend's sister. My gran's dead. I've never missed her. Ooh, what a cunt. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes.
Seriously, Steve, fuck off.
Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. See the beggar passing by. Make a kitty cry. You're in your father's will. When's he gonna fucking die? Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. Don't say you're not, you cunt, because that's a lie.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
You are a cunt. You're a cunt.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
Girl, who's a cunt, says Dad. Cunt.
Julie Grant is a cunt. There you go.
It happened in a busy parking lot at the Giant Eagle grocery store in North Olmsted, Ohio, which is a really nice suburb in the Cleveland, Ohio area. And we have body camera footage we want to show you now of when the police arrived on scene and the first responders tried to save Julian.
Squad's pulling up now. Squad's pulling up now.
This come to me. If not, you guys will clear the area. If you saw this come to me, if you guys have nothing to do with this, go ahead and go home. Thank you very much.
You saw?
this?
You mean you were sitting right over there? We heard her screaming instantly right now.
So you didn't see the actual
You didn't see the actual crime?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Right there, okay? You got a key on your storm?
Yeah.
Tell them to go to the hospital. Yeah, everything's good, Luke. Yeah. Luke, camera? Just go in and get cleaned up and then grab a camera. We moved your car out of the way, that's all. Let's take it to the hospital. All right, good idea. All right. Voluntary make a statement too. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of that.
Hi, Christine.
So I mean, you can go to the back. Anything you got
on this side? I hear a scream.
Write it down.
Look back,
Write it down.
and she's just standing.
Yep, write it down. Sir, do you have anything to do with this?
I was just saying, I kind of saw a little bit of it.
Come on over here. You okay? Not okay for anybody to see. All right. Name, address, date of birth, driver's license form. We'll take care of this. When we're live, you will go back over here. Thank you. No, yeah, thank you.
Christine, you don't have to ask Christine. You know you're allowed to. Not many people I would allow, but you are allowed to, Christine. Yes. Yes, Christine, anytime you want.
Just tell me what I need to do to help, buddy.
You got any more quick work just in case?
I emptied out my cruiser from stops before I ran over here.
Yeah. Extra pen. Go.
Right on. You got it? Thank you very much.
Happened out here?
My
This takes place out here?
Right there.
You're literally right here. Right here.
Did you see this? Sean, we're going to go for your estimations rolling. We're going to wash his hands up. We have him grabbing his camera. You got to secure this area right now.
Yep. No doubt. We need some space. We got the female. She's under arrest.
So the kid was in a car? In the car? Yeah. Okay. All right. So it was in the car. The car fell over? Yeah.
Actually, people that were shopping, not witnesses, but their cars are inside the crime scene.
All right, did you see us arrest?
I'm going to check with Lieutenant.
I didn't know if you knew.
Yeah.
I was going to bother him because I saw him on the phone.
Yeah, I don't want to lie to you.
No, we're working together.
Yeah, so I'm going to let him make that final call because he's the one in charge. My guess is if the car's not involved and it's not close to that, we can get him out of here.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Just kind of like tie up that.
Mike Freeman, he's going to West Shore. Okay, that's what they're doing. And then, so a detective will most likely be in touch with you within the next couple of days to kind of go over everything. Okay. All right.
Are there any witnesses that we need to have our medics talk to or anything? Just a pretty traumatic event. If anybody, it's going to be him.
Hi, Kim.
I'm not saying he's asking for it, but judging by what he saw, he's arrested.
Oh, how considerate. Yeah, thinking about what these witnesses have gone through. Yeah, they've been victimized as well. We call them
exactly what they saw, what they witnessed. You could also see the yellow tape in the background. So they were roping off the crime scene. Who would start thinking about, especially.
Definitely, I do take a little breather. This day is just getting underway. We've got some big witnesses ahead, namely.
So that is the defendant there. Is this recent? This is ongoing now. It's ongoing now. It's just not being live streamed right now. Court TV are holding it, but they keep going to adverts. Oh, you out? We thought you were not here at all, Dennis. See you later, buddy. I didn't think you were here. So this is ongoing. Law and Crime are going to release the tapes. So as and when, it's a very sickening trial. But yeah, she stabbed a 3-year-old. I know, lovely, right? Right, so hang on a minute here now. Let me take that down. So, also, let me get this. She's facing 10 felony charges, including murder and attempted murder. So, no one, Mexi, she's not related at all. So basically, I'll try to find the video for you now. But basically, she just walked into a store, bumped into them, and then just did it. So let me see if I can find it for you. Here we go. I think this might be it for you to see it. Share screen.
With Bianca Ellis. She's the woman accused of killing an innocent child in a Giant Eagle parking lot. She was back before a judge today. She allegedly stabbed 3-year-old Julian Wood to death last June. Well, today's hearing comes a week after the defense filed a motion to change her plea. Natalie Clydesdale was in the courtroom. She has the very latest this afternoon.
Bianca Ellis appearing in a Cuyahoga County courtroom one last time before her case heads to trial.
So we're set for trial on October 1st.
Last June, Ellis was caught on surveillance camera walking through a North Olmsted Giant Eagle with a knife in hand. She's accused of then following Margot and Julian Wood out of the store and stabbing them in the parking lot. 3-year-old Julian died from his injuries. Authorities described this as a random act of violence. Last week, Ellis's attorneys filed a motion to change her plea from not guilty to not guilty by reason of insanity.
The court is aware of that motion on the docket. So at this time, the court's going to proceed in a trial manner.
The filing argues while Ellis did kill Julian and hurt his mother, she did not know, as a result of a severe mental disease or defect, the wrongfulness of her actions.
Severe mental disease exists, and no one's going to dispute that.
On Wednesday, Judge John Russo did not announce a ruling on that motion. However, he did outline the trial schedule, saying jury selection starts on October 1st. Opening statements should be wrapped up by the second day, and on the following Monday, the state will present its case. The state says it's ready to move forward and is expecting to have all the documents it needs by the end of the week.
And those will be transferred to the defense as soon as I get my hands on that.
Oh, fuck, she's hot. Let me put this one back up a second. Then, what I can do then...
Victim's family.
She's nice. Hello. So, Bex is in the house. How are you doing, Bex? Hope you're well. And as always, Bex, you know what's coming.
Fuck off.
There you go, Bex. Nice to see you, my darling. Katie, nice to see you back. I agree, David. I agree. Right, so what I'll do then, bear with me, was I do this. So this is her final pre-hearing. I don't know what this is about. I'm just playing it for you because I don't know. This is her final hearing.
You could be seated, everybody.
Pre-trial hearing, sorry.
So you know you're gonna pick him up.
So yeah, so that's her. They were trying to go for the insanity element, and they're trying to delay the trial for it. But judge said, no, you will be tried. I don't, Maxie, I don't.
All right, so we're on the record this morning, case 692-604, State of Ohio versus Bianca Ellis. Good morning, Miss Ellis. We're here this morning just for our final pretrial. This case is set for trial on Wednesday. A couple motions that are pending with respect to the trial that I'm going to ask parties to discuss. Before we do that, I just want to make sure I just go through some logistics that we just spoke about so that we're all on the same page. So, Ms. Faralia, thank you for being here because I know you're currently in trial. The expectation is that we all think that you'll complete your trial maybe Tuesday, but for sure we give you the day of Wednesday. The trial here is to start on Wednesday, but in fact, we had put that in our calendar for really a questionnaire of the jurors. So if I could have you on Wednesday morning just to greet the jurors with my opening comments before they fill out the questionnaire. I think we all agree the questionnaire will be completed. Those 70 jurors will be excused for the day, and we'll reconvene on Thursday with all 70 jurors being here. We'll only bring 40 up initially and begin our voir dire and our questioning of those 40 jurors, and that's how we'll begin on Thursday. We are off on Friday, and then we'll continue to voir dire the jury until we have one impaneled. I did mention to all of you that I'll have 16 jurors, so I'll have 4 alternates as well with respect to the case. The courtroom's a little tight, but I think I know there are two different thought process of how we should conduct a voir dire, but I'm comfortable with this being in the courtroom the way it is. It may be that I may be able to move some tables a little bit further back if you think it's too close, but I'll try to do that adjustment with the sheriff and my staff today as well. And then finally, with respect to the trial, we're going to move forward, in a fashion that's timely. Of course, my job, Ms. Ellis, is to protect the constitutional rights regarding a trial. And so that's my job, and I'm going to continue to do that. All of you proposed a questionnaire to me, and I've modified that questionnaire, and we've talked a little bit about that. I'll ask Kathleen to make sure that that's provided to you this morning with the modifications that I suggested. And I'd ask by the end of today that you give some thumbs up or some suggestions, and I'll make my final changes to that questionnaire and provide that. Again, we'll be handling matters on the 12th floor. Again, we'll do that outside of the public view regarding this jury. and the questionnaires and those questions as well. And then with respect to the well, let me ask, anything further with respect to those discussions that we talked about, anything from the state of Ohio? And I'll note for the record that Ms. Pateo and Ms. Fralia are here, but also Mr. Miranda has joined the table, Anthony Miranda for the state. And council are present, Mr. Mack and Mr. Johnson for Ms. Ellis. But just regarding the jury, anything that I may have missed, Ms. Fralia, regarding our discussions in chambers?
No, Your Honor, and thank you for the courtesy.
Okay,
We should
thank you.
be concluding either tomorrow evening or Wednesday morning at the latest.
Very good. Thank you. Mr. Mack, anything I may have missed?
Nothing further.
Okay, thank you. All right, so then let's go to the two motions. So let's go to the motion first, just to hear arguments, and I'll take it under advisement.
I just wanted to play a snippet so you get to see her demeanor and stuff like that. So that's why I wanted to play that very slightly. Right. So they're not showing the full trial until afterwards, Erin. So they're not showing it. Well, they are showing it, but it keeps going to ads and stuff. So Law and Crime are going to show it afterwards. But I'll play a few of the videos. Because the judge has said that it's not to be live streamed or recorded, released. Where's this going? Okay. Okay, so this is the open statements. They're only like 15 minutes each, so play this here so you can see it.
The evidence is going to show, ladies and gentlemen, that on that day, Bianca Ellis also was having an ordinary day. And you will see through the video that we will show you, ladies and gentlemen, and there are going to be witnesses. Witnesses from Volunteers of America. You will hear from witnesses from Giant Eagle. You will hear witnesses from the police department. For Bianca Ellis, you will see that she went to the police department on that day. She went to the North Olmsted Police Department. She had a conversation with a police officer at the window. And that police officer will come in and testify to their conversation. Bianca Ellis did not like what she heard at the police department, so she leaves. And the evidence is going to show, ladies and gentlemen, that she went directly to Volunteers of America. You will hear the testimony from Diane Spihar, who is one of the managers of Volunteers of America. And on that particular day of June 3rd, 2024, she was working in the back, sifting through stuff to put out for sale. And Bianca Ellis comes back. Well, the evidence is going to show through video that prior to going back to the Volunteers production area, Bianca Ellis had spent several minutes sifting through a bin of knives. And she chose 2 knives. You will see that, ladies and gentlemen. You will see her in Volunteers of America walking up and down the aisle. She had a conversation with Diane Spihar, looking for a bathroom. The evidence is going to show, ladies and gentlemen, that she left Volunteers of America and then she went to Things Outlet. And you will have the opportunity to look at that video. Bianca continued to go into the store. She looked around, and you will see the video of that. She didn't chat with anybody, but she leaves. The evidence is going to show, ladies and gentlemen, that as she leaves, there is a cement pillar. And I want you to pay attention, because she takes those two knives and she hits them against the cement pillar to see their pliability. One knife that she had stolen drops to the ground, but she keeps the 12-inch butcher blade knife in her hand. The evidence is going to show, and the video corroborates, that she walks in to Giant Eagle. And you will see through the videos, from the customer service angle, you will see inside the store where Margot Woods and Julian are shopping. You will notice, ladies and gentlemen, in the video, Bianca Ellis coming in to Giant Eagle, and she's got the 12-inch butcher knife. And she has it right by her side. And she's walking. And she's walking. And you will see in the video, ladies and gentlemen, that Margot had paid for her groceries. She had her hanging basket on her cart. The child in the seat of the cart, walking out, going to look at groceries and go home. I want you to pay attention to the video. As Mrs. Wood is walking out with Julian, and they're actually having a conversation, Miss Ellis passes them going this way. For lack of a better word to describe, she would be going west, and they are coming east. And so therefore, she sees them walking, and she turns immediately around. And she follows them all the way out of the store. And you will see that she is walking in tandem with them. There'll come a point in the video where you will see that she is walking faster, so she passes them. She stops, waits for them to catch up, and follows them completely out of the store. The cameras outside, ladies and gentlemen, pick up that Margot goes down one aisle. This is Wood is going down the aisle where her minivan is parked, and the evidence will show that this defendant is right on her heels, walking right behind her. Ladies and gentlemen, the evidence is going to show, the witnesses are going to testify, that they observed Bianca Ellis approach Mrs. Wood and Julian, and she goes and takes the knife and stabs Julian in the face. Miss Woods tries to fight her off. She stabs Mrs. Woods. And there are individuals.
Sorry, people. I just had to break it down for a second because I need to close down some stuff. So I paused it, so don't worry. I'll go back 30 seconds as well. All right, that's fine. No, I'll actually go back a little bit more. Dana is in control of the stream, so I don't know. Right, we have got somebody here who I did not think that we would see in again. Hippie chick, lady di, Spacey Stacy, walking those streets all night. You go, ladies, come and see what's going on now. Let's go, girls.
Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. We're bastards and we're gits. We're wankers and we're shits. But sometimes that is just one word that absolutely fits. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. A fact that any Catholic won't deny. I once shagged my girlfriend's sister. My gran's dead. I've never missed her. Ooh, what a cunt. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes.
Seriously, Steve, fuck off.
Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. See the beggar passing by, make a kitty cry. You're in your father's will, when's he gonna fucking die? Everybody's a bit of a cunt sometimes. Don't say you're not, you cunt, cause that's a lie.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
Get rid of the cunt, says Dad. Cunt.
I had to play that with Spacey Stacy coming in. We've missed you. I know the street's been busy, so you're forgiven, Spacey Stacy. Lady Di has been busy as well. She's not forgiven, by the way. But I had to play that for Spacey Stacy because she's a CUNT. I'm joking, she's not. But there you go.
Hand over Julian on the ground and plunge a knife into his back. And those are common, ordinary citizens that were there grocery shopping or going to grocery shop. Of course, screams were heard throughout the parking lot. People are screaming to call 911, and you will hear from Travis Bush, who sees the stabbing. You will hear from Matthew Stroud, who sees the stabbing and tells his wife to call 911. They all run over. You will hear from Cheryl Molaski. She's a nurse. She runs over. She's one of the first people that runs over, and she says that Miss Woods has that baby so tight that there is blood pouring out of that. She tells them, "We've got to put it down," and they start compressions. You will hear from Miss McClaskey. You will hear from Miss Craven. They are both nurses. One is a pediatric ICU nurse. She relieves her. They take turns. The police arrive. Meanwhile, the other witnesses are going to testify that after stabbing that child, Miss Ellis, taking her knife that is now clad in red blood, and she walks away. Just walks away very nonchalantly. The police now have surrounded the parking lot. And they tell her to stop. She immediately takes the knife and throws the knife. The same weapon that she used to kill Julian. She's arrested. She is taken into custody. Police officers will come in and they'll testify to their life-saving measures that they tried to use on the child. You will hear from officers that took crime scene photographs. You will hear from officers, drone footage was taken of the area. You will hear from Shayna Gray, from the medical examiner's office that'll talk about the trace evidence that was found and DNA. The DNA that matches Bianca Ellis. You will hear from Dr. Elizabeth Mooney, who's the medical examiner, an assistant medical examiner here in Cuyahoga County, who will tell you what the cause and the manner of death is.
All right, we'll pause it there and quickly turn to Florida for these.
And that's why I don't play it live, people, because this is what they do. I can't stand it. I can't stand that. That I'd rather wait to watch the whole testimony. They're going to wait the whole trial. He does not want it released at all. I'm need to try to pay attention and out here talking, and you out here. Well, you're the one said you like the anal, so that will never be forgotten, hippie chick. Never.
And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, you will hear from Dr. Stephen Nofsinger, who is the state's witness, rebuttal witness for this not guilty by reason of insanity. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Pateo and I have the burden of proof. We accept the burden of proof. The charges for you to consider in this case are those of aggravated murder, felonious assault, child endangering, attempted murder of Margot Wood, felonious assault of Margot Wood, tampering with evidence, and theft. Ladies and gentlemen, the state is confident that when you hear all the evidence in this case, and again, I ask you, pay attention to actions and to words. They're very, very important in this case. And when you do that, you will find Bianca Ellis guilty beyond a reasonable doubt for each and every count of this indictment.
So there you go. The Howard's Court TV show. It's just the open statements. The judge doesn't want the testimony to be out there live, but I think they are showing some bits and bobs. But Court TV also have all the ads and stuff like that. So yeah, Law and Crime are going to be covering it afterwards. So we'll just wait for that because it's a pain in the ass having to go back and forward and only hearing maybe a small amount of testimony, and they go to break all the time. So I will play the defense one as well, but obviously that's going to be cut up as well. But let me go find that one. Court TV, Law and Crime. We'll probably listen, if we do cover it, we'll probably listen to it all again properly, you know, without the ads. Video. Right, got the prosecution. Why can't I find the... If I go into this one, then maybe I can find it that way. Go live then. Okay, so right, so Court TV says at the judge's request, no live stream of the raw trial proceedings is permitted. No live stream of the raw trial proceedings is permitted. So I think they're just putting them out now and again with ads and stuff like that to break it up. I think the Don't Crime are just going to be like put it all out there afterwards. I have no idea. I can't find the defense one, but if Don't Crime do, we'll show some of them. In some ways, it's better because they'll just be clips. So all the bullshit will be out, hopefully. So we'll see. What else was there for that? Nothing for that one. Video. Okay, this one. I wanted to show this one. I don't know much about this one, but it looks interesting because it's Amish country. So
Go back to Ohio. We've been highlighting an important motions hearing against the defendant Samuel Hostetter. He admitted to police that he killed a victim in this case, Rosanna Kissinger, and this happened during sex. Of course, he labeled that as...
Okay, so this is an upcoming trial, I believe. This is a hearing. Nowhere's Lovely seen a little bit. I'll probably play this and then leave it for the day. But yeah. This is interesting.
Breeding. He's part of an Amish community, has been his entire life, and he told authorities he didn't mean for it to go as far as it did. His defense team is trying to get that confession thrown out. So this is a motion to suppress hearing. Let's pick it up with that testimony.
Yes, I'm called Samuel Hostetter.
Okay, come on up, Mr. Hostetter.
Before you step up there, please turn towards me and raise your right hand. Your right hand. There you go. That's right. Do you hereby swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I'll say the truth. I can't swear because the Bible don't let me, but I will say the truth.
That's fine. And that's why I say swear or affirm. So do you affirm that and promise you'll tell the truth?
I affirm.
Okay, then go ahead and have a seat.
You can move this as you need. And for the record, these all questioning is pursuant to our earlier conversation, they would be limited to the discussion of the Miranda rights and what his understanding was to that, or his understanding as to whether or not he was in custody, as opposed to statements that he made, which may or may not have been incriminating.
And that was my understanding, Ruben, is yours as well.
Yes,
Mr. Stanley. Okay, looks like you ready to go.
All right. Samuel, please state your name loud and clear, first name and last name for the record.
Samuel Hostetler.
You may need to be a little.
Samuel Hostetler.
You could even pull the microphone.
All right.
So you actually talk directly into that.
All right.
Yeah, real close.
Okay. And you've listened to the testimony we've had today.
Yes.
From Lieutenant Campbell and Sergeant Tracy, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you were obviously present on May the 5th, 2025 out on Dye Road.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What were you doing on that day prior to the arrival of law enforcement?
Day before?
That day.
That day?
On May the 5th.
I was working on a building.
Arrival.
I was working on I was either doing the outside of the building or doing something that everybody was supposed to put lumber on it.
Okay, you still might want to pull that a little closer to your mouth.
And speak up.
Directly into it and speak.
Yes.
Speak
Just
loud.
project your voice like you're yelling at somebody at a work
And
site.
pretend I'm in the back corner of the room. Okay? Say okay in that manner.
Okay.
That's better.
That's better. Thank you. All right. And when they arrived, how were you made aware of their presence?
Enos made a motion me to come over there towards him when he was up there by the trailer.
And what did you do at that point?
I walked over to him.
When you walked over there, who did you see, if you know?
Seen Enos there and the cops. I didn't know who it was.
Okay. How many law enforcement officers were there?
There were two, was vests on, and then one of the detectives.
Okay. So when you say there were two with vests on, are you speaking of deputies being in uniform?
Yes.
And then one detective, and how would you know that they were a detective as opposed to a uniformed officer?
Well, he had talked to me before, and I almost knew I had seen him before. I wasn't quite sure, but I thought that's who it was.
Okay, when you say him before, had you seen him in the courtroom today?
Yes.
And who was that?
Not Lieutenant.
We had Lieutenant Campbell and
Sergeant. It was Sergeant Tracy.
Sergeant Tracy?
Yes.
And in the video that we saw, a minute and a half, or whatever it was when they came, and on May the 5th, which one was Sergeant Tracy?
The one in the red shirt.
The one in the red shirt?
Yes.
And when you approached him, what, if anything, did he say to you?
Somebody asked me how I was doing. One of them, I can't remember which one, and then he said they had a warrant for my search warrant or warrant for my DNA.
Okay, say that again, only louder. What did they tell you?
He said that they had a search warrant, either set a warrant or a search warrant for my DNA.
Okay, when you say they said a warrant or a search warrant, were you able to hear the video when it was played?
Yes.
What in fact was said, not based on your record?
He said a warrant.
Today. A warrant?
Yes, for my DNA.
For your DNA?
Yes.
Okay. What else, if anything, did he say to you?
He asked if I would go with them in the cruiser to go to the police station.
What was your understanding of the purpose for going to the sheriff's office and the police station, as you described?
DNA. I didn't know what it was.
You didn't know what was? What was?
He said they want to do a swap for DNA, so I didn't know what he was going to do, what he needed.
Did you know what DNA was or what a DNA swap process would be?
No.
Was that ever explained to you before arriving at the sheriff's office?
No.
Was it explained to you upon your arrival at the sheriff's office?
After we was up in the room, he said they're going to take these Q-tips and swap me. That's the only time.
Okay, now speaking of when you first arrived at the sheriff's office, was it explained to you what the process for the DNA swapping would be?
No.
John Day's still with us.
I hate when they do that. They go to ads and stuff like that.
Police, and they have him on the stand testifying during this pretrial hearing. Let's pick it up where we left off.
How is it that you got into the seat in which you rode to the sheriff's office?
One of them opened the door and motioned me to go sit there. Then they closed it.
Be as specific as you can. One of them being one of whom?
One of the ones was the vessel that drove the vehicle.
One of the uniformed deputies?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Again,
The other one had already left back towards this vehicle.
the other one being again,
Sergeant Tracy, yes.
Okay. So when you got in the vehicle, how was the door open?
When I got back out,
No, when you got in.
one of the police officers in the vest, sheriffs, opened the door, and then I went in. He motioned me to go in, and then I sat on the seat, and then one of them closed it again.
Okay, so you didn't close the door.
No, I didn't touch the door.
Try to open it at any point in time.
No, I didn't touch anything.
Okay. And then what happened next?
They started driving, went in their seats, and then they started driving down the road.
Okay. What was your understanding in terms of your purpose for going to the sheriff's office and how long you might be there? If you had any understanding at all about that.
All I knew was they wanted to do DNA, and I didn't know. I just figured I'd be back just in a couple minutes. I didn't know.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license?
No.
Have you had any interaction with law enforcement prior to this day?
Only the closest I've been to law enforcement is maybe walk by them, or one of our drivers got pulled over once, and I heard him talk, but I've never had a reaction like me and them.
Okay, when you say one of your drivers, what do you mean one of your drivers? Is that an Amish person?
No.
English person, or?
It's an English driver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone not in the Amish community or in the Amish community?
Not in the Amish community. He just drives for the Amish.
On this day, was there a vehicle available to you to drive?
No.
And if you did have a vehicle, would you have been able to drive it?
Not without a driver's license.
Okay. Did anyone follow you to the station in a vehicle, whether a driver or an English driver or an Amish person in a vehicle to take you home?
No.
What was your understanding of how you would get home if you were to be taken home?
I just expected they would take me back.
And when did you expect that to happen? After what occurrence?
I thought we was doing DNA, and it'd be right after that.
Okay. So when you got to the sheriff's office, how is it that you exited the back seat of the vehicle?
The one on the passenger side opened the door for me, and then he said I can get out and go over to that door on the front.
Okay. Did you know where you were to go at that point in time?
I did not know where we were. I didn't even know what part of town we were.
What did you do next?
I did what he said and just went to that door.
And you went to that door, am I understanding, because he directed you to that door?
Yes, I had no clue where we was going.
Was anyone at that door when you got to that door?
Not that I can recall.
And were either of those deputies in front of you or behind you as you walked to the door?
They were behind me.
As you got to the door, how was the door open?
If I remember right, I don't for sure remember. I think one of them opened it, or they told me to open it.
But you don't remember whether you did or whether they did?
No, not on that one, no.
But you're sure that they told you to, or they opened it?
They either opened it or they told me to open it.
Okay. And once the door was open, what did you do?
They would ask me to step inside.
Where did you go once you were inside?
There's a chair on the left. When you go right inside the door, there's a chair on the left. I just stood there.
Did they tell you where to sit or just to sit?
I think he said on the side towards the door.
On the side towards the door?
He didn't say it on the side towards the door, but he pointed to that chair.
Okay. And then where did they go? Where did they sit?
So we came in the door, and then I sat here, Lieutenant Campbell here, and Sergeant Tracy were on that end.
What was your belief or your understanding of what was going to take place once you got up to that room at that point?
I thought we was going to do DNA. I started looking around the room, and I didn't know what they're going to do because I didn't see anything, kind of machines or anything.
And what, in fact, did happen once you got into the room?
The first thing was they started asking questions.
What type of questions did they ask you?
They wanted to know if I had an ID or a social security or something like that, and I didn't.
And how did that make you feel? What were you thinking at that point in time?
I didn't know why they needed that stuff for DNA. I couldn't understand.
Okay, did you provide them anything in response to that request?
I gave them my hunting numbers.
I'm sorry?
My hunting numbers?
Your hunting numbers?
Yes, that's all I had.
Numbers.
I don't even know them. I just had them on my paper. They're in my wallet.
What numbers are they, but what is that?
It's a number that the Game Commission goes by, I guess, so they can look you up. Like, they can see if I bought a license or if I didn't for hunting.
Okay, so it's fair to say it's kind of like having a license for hunting purposes?
No, it's basically like identification so they can see what I got and what I didn't get.
Okay.
But it's not ID, not a real ID like you all would have.
All right, then what happened next once they had inquired about any identification that you may or may not have possessed at that point?
They just started asking questions.
What types of questions do you recall them asking?
They were just asking about what I know about it and.
Be specific. What you know about what?
All right, so they started asking questions about what I know about Rosanna's death and.
Don't give me what any of your responses were.
Right.
In terms of what their questions were is what I'm asking.
Sure. So they were asking me questions about her death, if I know what happened or how it went or stuff like that, and how it would have felt if it was on purpose or not on purpose or stuff like that.
Okay. And at some point in time, were you ever swabbed for DNA?
After almost an hour later, after they were, I didn't know what DNA this was. I didn't know what we're doing for DNA.
Based on the questions they were asking you, and the fact that, well, again, what was your understanding about the reason you were taking that?
To do DNA.
To do DNA?
Yes.
And based on the questions they were asking, how did you feel? What were you thinking during that interim between your arrival and the hour later when they swabbed you for DNA?
I knew they wanted something. I didn't know what. I knew they was trying to make me say something that I didn't want to say, and I didn't know what.
Okay. What was your thinking in terms of whether or not you had or would have permission to leave if you chose to?
I never knew that I had permission to leave. They never said I was free to go anytime.
What was your thinking in terms of whether or not you would have permission to leave at any point in time?
Well, I had a thought of leaving, but I didn't think it would be any better because I knew there was 2 cops down there by the door, the only door I knew to exit. I knew I wouldn't make it past them. They had guns on them, everything. I didn't want to get shot and didn't want to get tased.
So did you think you would be permitted to leave or not permitted to leave?
I didn't know I had permission to leave.
There came a point in time when you were presented with what has been termed as your Miranda rights. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And can you describe how that occurred to the best of your recollection? How did that get initiated and why, if you know?
How I understood
it? How that got to be initiated or why, or when did it become initiated?
After they decided I must be a suspect or something, they read that to me.
Okay. Did they read it to you or did you read it yourself?
I read a little bit and then they read a little bit too.
Okay.
I think they read most of it to me.
Did you have questions about what each item meant?
When I first seen them, I had no idea what it is. I didn't know what it was, what it meant.
Had you ever heard of the person's Miranda rights prior to that moment in time?
No, I didn't know.
Had any, well, I already asked the question about whether you had any prior law enforcement contact. You described it maybe during a traffic stop. Is it through? Miranda? Yeah. Is that through? Good. Sort out. Okay. Do you recognize what is on the screen before you, Samuel?
Yes.
And what do you understand that to be?
What they call Miranda rights.
Now, you can read the English language, correct?
Yes.
What does it say in bold print in the, excuse me, a couple inches from the top in the center of the form?
Advice of rights. Is that what?
Well, above that, the bold words above that, in the section above that.
I don't know, he's pointing to ask me. Maybe take the mouse
There.
or.
No. In the center of the page, yeah, right there.
He just said what it said, but go ahead. Tell him again.
Advice of rights.
Okay. And what's listed below there, they're numbered 1 through 5 with your initials to the left of there. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what is your understanding of what those things numbered 1 through 5 are?
When they read it to me or now?
Of what they are, not what they mean.
What do you? I guess rights.
What do you believe them to be?
The rights that I was supposed to have.
As a what? Suspect?
As a suspect, I guess, yeah.
Okay. And you feel that you have an understanding of what those rights mean as you sit here today?
Yes.
Do you have the same understanding as you sit here today as you did at the end of the session with Sergeant Tracy and Lieutenant Campbell of what those rights meant?
No.
Why do you have a different understanding today than you had at that point in time back on May the 5th?
Because of you and being around other inmates that educated me.
Educated you in the sense that what?
Of what my rights were. You told me what the rights are.
And other inmates?
And they told me what the rights are and to stand for my rights.
And how would you say your understanding of what those rights meant on May the 5th differ from what you understand today? What was your understanding of those rights on May the 5th?
On May the 5th, I was going home that evening. I had never expected to be where I am now.
Direct examination, that's the defense asking the questions because this is their motion hearing.
To remain silent.
What did that mean to you on May the 5th?
I didn't have to say anything.
Okay. And then as far as number 2?
Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Okay. Now, we listened today, you had some questions about that particular one.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And what were those questions? What did you or did you not understand about that particular right on May the 5th?
I didn't know what a court was, and I didn't know what it meant by getting used against me on the court of law or anything.
Okay. And in the explanations that we heard given today, through the playing of, what was it, Stacey did it 2 and 3, or no, 1 and 2, and through the testimony of particularly Lieutenant Campbell and Sergeant Tracy, is your understanding different today because of what I told you or because of what other inmates told you than from what Lieutenant Campbell and Sergeant Tracy told you?
It is different from what Lieutenant and Campbell and Sergeant Tracy has told me is what I know now.
Okay. What did you believe was going to happen that day at any point in time when they would have ceased questioning you? At that time, what did you believe would happen?
I thought we was going to go see a judge and I was going to have to tell him what I did. And
why did you believe you were going to see a judge?
That's what he told me.
That's what who told you?
Lieutenant Campbell.
Okay. And what did he tell you you would need to do before the judge?
Tell him what I do and what I did, and then the judge, that's what the judge would forgive me for.
Okay, so what did you think the judge would do if you told them certain things? And again, I'm not asking you what you said at any point in time, but what did you think if you went before a judge and you made certain statements, what did you think would happen?
I thought I was going to be forgiven by the judge and go home. That's what I thought.
Did you appear before a judge that day?
No.
Were you forgiven and did you go home that day?
No. And I'm still not.
what led you to believe that you would go before a judge and be forgiven and be able to go home?
I have always believed and trusted in the authorities, but now I don't.
I've always believed and trusted the authorities, but now I don't.
You had indicated earlier that you thought of leaving the sheriff's office, but you didn't want to leave because you thought you might get tased. Is that correct?
That was just one thing that I knew that if they want to catch me, that I would.
How do you know about a taser?
Because I know that's what cops carry.
How do you know that?
I knew they carried tasers and guns.
Okay, but how did you come to learn that?
Just was the other people that what they tell me about them.
And when was this?
Somewhere in Kentucky.
Okay.
This one, it didn't come from cops.
Okay. So did you have contact with law enforcement officers in Kentucky?
That's where I was when my driver got pulled over while we was going on a trip.
Okay. Did the officer talk to you at that time?
Not to me.
Okay.
Just to the driver.
Okay. As it relates to this case, though, you did have contact with law enforcement officers before May 5th, correct?
Detectives.
Right.
That's the only. I just talked to him maybe, I don't know, 4 minutes, 3 minutes.
Okay. And you knew that they had questions regarding the
Objection,
circumstances
Your
throughout.
Honor. Lack of foundation, calls for speculation, unintelligible. I don't understand.
And Rosanna's death.
That's what all they asked me was if I know anything about it.
Okay. And isn't that essentially what they were asking
Hi, CG.
you on May 5th?
Not just that. They asked me further questions.
At the beginning of the conversation. That's essentially what.
That's what they started out with, yes.
Sure. So you weren't surprised because you'd already been through that, correct?
What did they ask me?
You weren't surprised, yes or no?
I was surprised that they're asking me questions about that. I thought we was doing DNA, that's all. I didn't know that was what we was gonna have for DNA.
Sure. Okay. And just so we're all clear, you do understand English perfectly fine, correct?
I think for the most part.
Okay. And
every now and then I have a little question with some of the big words.
sure. I don't use big words usually. So if you don't understand something I'm saying or how I'm saying something, just let me know and I'll rephrase it, okay?
Yes.
Have you heard anything today that you didn't understand?
I don't think so.
Okay. When law enforcement showed up on Dye Road, did you tell them that you did not want to give your DNA?
No, I didn't know better.
Okay. At any time, did you tell them that you didn't want to give your DNA?
No.
Okay. When you were placed in the cruiser, did you tell them that you did not want to get into the cruiser?
No, I didn't know better.
Okay. Did you tell them that you wanted out of the cruiser?
No.
When you got to the sheriff's office, did you tell law enforcement officers that you did not want to go to the sheriff's office?
No.
When you were in the sheriff's office, did you tell them that you wanted to leave?
No. I didn't know I could.
When law enforcement was on Dye Road, they did not place you in handcuffs, correct?
No.
And they did not place you in handcuffs while you're in the cruiser?
No.
And before the interview, you were not placed in handcuffs, correct?
No.
When you had indicated during the interview or at some point when you're at the sheriff's office that you thought of leaving, did you tell anybody that?
No.
You understood most of what Lieutenant Campbell and Sergeant Tracy were telling you that day, correct?
The way they explained it, I did understand it, but not to what the rights meant.
You say you did or did not?
I did to the way they explained it, but not to what the rights meant, what the rights stand for.
Okay, so everything that they told you on that day about those rights, you understood at that time?
At that time, how they related it to me.
But you're just saying that?
I understand them now the way that they're actually supposed to be understood.
Okay, based upon what your attorney told you?
That and the inmates, yes.
Okay. You think that's different from what?
It's way different, yes.
But they told you you have the right to remain silent, correct?
Right, but I didn't know what that right was, how valuable that right was, and what it really meant.
Okay.
On the May 5th.
Okay. Regardless of how valuable in your mind you thought that right was, you knew that you had that right not to say a single word, correct?
Yes, but I didn't know why not to talk.
Okay. Well, you decided to talk because you thought it was the right thing to do, right?
Yes, that's out of respect, yes.
Sure. But it does not negate the fact that they told you that right, you read that right, and you signed off on that right, correct?
Yes.
And throughout the process, when they were reading your rights and you were reading the rights yourself, you did have some questions, right?
Yes.
Okay, but you didn't ask them about remaining silent as far as the value of that right, correct?
Well, I knew what it meant to be silent. I knew it meant not to talk.
Okay.
But I didn't understand it the way I should have.
And you agree that these are your rights, these 5 enumerated rights, these are your rights?
Yes.
Okay. You're not trying to say that you have rights for further explanation of these, right?
No, I have these 5 rights is what I agree to.
Right, okay.
Okay, that cross-examination of the defendant, it basically.
Okay. That's it. That looks interesting. I mean, Amish community, they are more isolated. I don't understand about the Amish community, if I'm being honest with you. They live a different life from what my understanding is. I am very ignorant to the Amish lifestyle. So I don't know too much about it. So I can't pretend that should he know more, should he not? I honestly don't know the answer to that question. Because they probably don't have any involvement with the police, do they? He seems very naive to the fact, but then again, he said, I trusted them. I thought that I was going to go home tonight. He's accused of murder, basically. Let me get this. So, what he's been accused of very quickly, then I'll end it for the night then, is he okay, hang on. So he was having sex with obviously a lady, I believe. It was like the type of sex Bex likes, like the rough and ready. So he placed a blanket over her head after they were having sex, whether that I don't, whatever they would do with having sex. And then after they finished, he realized that she was dead. So basically suffocated her. So yeah, so he basically they like kinky sex. They're like Bex, kinky sex. So okay, I've no idea if this kid did it, but I'm not liking this. I don't think he had any clue about the process. I don't think he understood the process. He's 18, he's Amish, doesn't drive, doesn't know anything. How did they say understand? Even if he understands, that doesn't actually mean he understands. He said it himself, I understand, but don't understand what court is, yes. All this, I don't know, yes, it's all. So basically this is about, he spoke to them and told them what he did. They were having kinky sex and she died. So that's what he told them. But he should remain silent. And he didn't know that he could remain silent. And that's why he got arrested. The Amish kind of handle the law within their church, from what I've learned. Unless it's too much, they then contact law enforcement. So there you go. He wouldn't probably have dealt with them at all, like he said. No worries at all, Dave. But it's interesting. It's interesting. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to get some food and I'll be back tomorrow. So I'll be back for a walk and talk and chill tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern again. And I'll play some more videos tomorrow for you about things, and maybe we'll look a little bit more into this case a little bit as well. The trial is scheduled for December 8th, so just after Courtney Clenny. So we might have Courtney Clenny and then this. If not, we'll look at it. So because I think this is quite interesting. So the judge still hasn't ruled on whether she's going to toss out his confession or not. And the native tongue is typical Pennsylvania Dutch, not English. They learn both languages but speak a mix of German, Dutch. So Bex is bringing it. Bex is bringing it today. She knows everything about everything. OnlyFans, Dutch, English, be the bitch. She's all over it. Does sound interesting. So I think we got Courtney Clenny on this. So I might look at this a little bit more in depth tomorrow then. So, right, everyone, I'm going to go get some food. So nice hanging out with you. I will be back at 9 o'clock tomorrow for a little bit of a walk and talk, and then we'll come back and cover some stuff. So with that, everyone, thank you for being here. I love you all, most of you anyway, not all of you, but most of you. And I shall see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the streets tonight. Be careful. Do not get into trouble. If you need any anal, shout out to Hippie Chick. If you need to be on your back, shout out Spacey Stacy. So with that, everyone, take care of yourselves.
Ole, 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 Erin hack, 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 ole, Erin hack, 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 ole, let's go, Erin hack, 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 ole, Erin hack, 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 ole.